Gen 720, and we're back with Xbox Beastfire. Normally, like I said, we normally shoot it on Mondays about 8. You guys know this, but I didn't get a chance to shoot BGST. Those guys on BGST, they're like rock stars. You're gonna make an appointment with the manager, see the secretary. So we didn't shoot it Monday. I'm sorry, we didn't shoot it Sunday, so we shot it Monday, which was a great show as always. But I'm here today, like I said, with the Beastfire crew. Like I said, we got a lot of talent. Because I'm starting doing some more one-on-one with these guys. They can really showcase their talents. Like Nethus, my man Moss, out there with the medicine. My man Jay Wags out there running wild with the rants. He ran about every goddamn thing, man. You can give Moss 20. You can give Wags $20. He gonna rant. Say he needed 25, man. He gonna rant about everything.
I like some stuff, man. But.
Yeah. Well, since you're talking, Jay Wag, what's going on with you, good brother? Because you don't really do many of these shows with us. Introduce yourself to the.
Yeah. What's going on, guys? Jay Wax 412. Just trying to keep people aware of the atrocities going on in the gaming community.
Hey.
Make sure people stay woke and don't get complacent. I'm talking about DLC, microtransactions, season passes, things like that. Just other things going on in the gaming community, mainly financial related. But I just love play all systems, all video games. I just like talking about it. Check out the channel, JWax412. I do comedy skits, mainly rants, they'll tell you, but I'll do a little bit of everything on my channel.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, while I'm here, like I said, let you shine right quick. You are a multi-console owner, such as I think everybody here owns multiple consoles. Mm-hmm. Do you have a preferred platform?
Yes.
What do you prefer?
Xbox. I think I've said it since the beginning. I've been on Xbox since the OG Xbox. I had PS2 and the OG Xbox, but I was a PlayStation guy for a while there. But once I got a hold of Gears, the original for 360. I've been on 360 ever since. I never had a PS3, and then I've had a PS4 and an Xbox One this whole generation. But I play primarily on Xbox One just because all my friends are on there. I'm just used to the controller and the whole ecosystem and all that jazz.
Yeah,
mainly Xbox.
And I see your videos, like you really how you say take how should I say this? You really take the term multi-console owner. You really take because you even game on the Switch, like you really
man. I'm not biased, man. If it's a good game, I'll play. I just bought Bayonetta today. I had a little episode about that, but yeah, man, I buy everything for everything, man. I got PC games that are exclusive to PC, all kind of stuff, man.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I guess people might come to take you like as me as being a Nintendo zealot, a hater, because you're always ranting when it comes to Nintendo. But you spend money with that. You don't spend a lot of you don't spend a nice little grip of change with Nintendo, bro.
Yeah, my problem with Nintendo, man, is as much contempt as I have for the system is entirely the prices of a lot of stuff they're doing. But I'll get into it more later. It's not a terrible system, but my problem is just like, how you always point out, man, it's 2018 and they're lacking basic features that there's no excuse it should be, it's not this console. I don't care if it's going to come in the next update or later this year or whatever. It should have been their day one. The blueprint's been there. They didn't have to make, miracles happen. They had everything was in place for them already.
Okay, what you talking about? Nintendo's online chat is dope, man.
Shit, don't get me started on that, bro. But Z's right though. I mean, as much as I rant, you would think I'm like I absolutely hate Nintendo. I hate their business practices. I like some of their games. I'm not a Mario fan really. Zelda was a pretty good game, but mainly I'll tell you what. I'm gonna sound nerdy with this, but I bought the Nintendo Switch solely for when that Pokemon drops because I've said this countless times, man. I'm a '90s kid. So I had all the Pokemon cards, Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Gold for the game.
Pokemon sneakers.
Pokemon, not sneakers, but Pokemon Stadium, all that stuff, man. So when that game drops, that's gonna be huge for them.
Let me say this, right? Let me say, before who that post?
Post up with the most. You better stop.
I want to say this, right? A lot of people.
Shadow Colossus, now Pokemon.
I'm taking. I say before I get back to intros. I'm gonna give you a little fact check history. A lot of people don't know really that Pokemon really saved Nintendo during the 6th generation. They were having some financial issues, and Pokemon really brought them back. When Pokemon became syndicated over here in the state, they had to water it down a little bit more for here in for Americans TVs or whatever the case may be. It was because Pokemon was a little bit more raunchy and ranchy, you know. And in Japan, they you know, I ain't gonna get into the dick demons and all that, so they're a little weird when it comes to the anime. But they had to water it down a little bit, and Pokemon was a huge success. At the time, was Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I remember because my spot them for my sons.
Yeah, I had them too, man.
But Pokemon just, you know, kind of took off. Pikachu was the, you know, I mean, it could probably back then.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to say Pikachu was bigger than Mario, but you know that was really
man.
Debatable.
In the mid '90s, man, Pokemon was, you know, it ruled the world, man. And that's apparent, man. Even when Pokemon Go released, man, remember that was the biggest thing for like 3 months across the whole
yeah.
I wouldn't know,
game.
Man. In the '90s, I was in the streets.
I was grimy in the early '90s.
See, I'm
too hard for Pokemon.
I'm younger than y'all, so.
I mean, I hit Power Rangers when they first dropped, but by the time Pokemon then was rolling out, bro, I was in the streets.
What up, Master? Where you at, man?
Yeah, and Masley, man. He done went missing, man. We better put that mug on the milk cart.
Oh, Man's back to work. You know, Man's been out for a minute, man. You know, he got that part-time job ripping up cardboard in the back of Target. So, you know, he back at it.
All those labos,
yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, right. Yeah, but no, hey, well, Moss, you haven't been in a while either, Moss. You've been out sick.
Yeah, man.
You've been out sick with the bubonic plague. What's going on with
Hell
you?
yeah. What y'all say? I had pink eye in both eyes and shit.
You got weak stomach.
Yeah.
We've been missing the Excel report, man.
Man.
Numbers, man. We ain't been getting that medicine, man.
All that medicine gets out, man. He needs to get some to his damn self. He's sick all the time.
Spreadsheet was corrupted, man. I don't know what was going on, man. No, just Pittsburgh, man. I'm gonna tell you, we got some nasty.
Pittsburgh. It's the air, right? What you gonna say?
We got some nasty mugs, Wags. Let's be honest.
Oh
man.
yeah, it's a dirty city, man.
It's the dirty city, and
it's not worse than Jersey, but yeah.
Inject those Cito, cuz.
Inject those Cito, cuz. Hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people say Jersey stink. Maybe because I don't smell it because I live here. But I know on 1 and 9, as you like going to everybody talks about this part on 1 and 9 when you go to you get to North Liberty Airport, and there's a lot of factories back that way, like, and it does, like, it really does smell back there.
We understand now why you get the term dog shit so much. Why
Yeah.
you say it so much?
I've never been to Jersey, but yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm just fucking around.
Yeah,
but as you guys know, Pittsburgh used to be the industrial capital of the world, so
man.
you know, we got a lot of mills around here still. So the air is terrible. It's like isn't Mighty Moss? It's like the #1 lung cancer related or something like that.
They just dropped it as a distress pollutant city. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, I don't know what the hell that means.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a couple years ago, man, I saw it was the #1 highest, the highest rate of lung cancer.
Hold on. Oh wait, I have to give a quick shout out. I'd like to give a shout out to LG Gamer. He just signed up for the Patreon. I'm gonna get with you after the show, good brother.
What's up?
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
For rocking that with supporters.
Yeah, welcome to the family.
Okay, you know what I mean. Welcome. My man White King Kong in here with his Trump rhetoric. We ain't seen him since the last Expand Your Mind podcast. But do me a big favor. I'm gonna tell you guys something at the end of the show. But you two trying to put your boy in the headlock right now. They got me ever since this what's that guy's name? Jake Paul? I don't, you know, but anyway.
Logan Paul.
Yeah. I'll tell you about. Yeah, I'll tell you what has affected so many, you know, people that's considered do raunchy, which I don't. You know, I used to go hard on YouTube, but I don't calm down a lot. But like I said, if you guys, when you come in, do me a favor, hit the like button. It really helps the show in more ways than you can ever know. Like I said, just hit the like button. Appreciate it. I'm sorry. Moss, like I said, you've been out sick. You're back. You're back now.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
You put out a video today. What have you been? Have you been gaming at all? Have you been playing anything?
I've been trying to game, man. Not only was I sick, but the whole studio was sick. I was trying to play that backwards compatible. Yo, man, for an OG Xbox game, some of them levels look nice, man.
Yeah, man. Okay. All right. Who else we got in here with us today? We got Neethles, my man Neethles. What's going on?
I don't play no games.
Oh, we got they go Mass right there. Mass, what's going on?
What up, though?
What's going on? You just got to work.
I can't concur with that assessment. He do not play no games.
Don't play no games.
He got the numbers
Mars
though.
play Tetris and Microsoft Excel.
He got the numbers.
Well,
Monsters spell words with calculators. That's
he plays that old school pinball in '95.
Told you, man.
Right.
I got Texas Instruments for everybody, man.
Monsters out here doing Sudoku. That's the only type of game he plays.
Damn. It said monsters out there playing Minesweeper. Y'all joking. Y'all jokers is terrible, man. Hey, listen, you guys again, hit the like button. You come and hit the like button, man. Hey, Mass, what's going on with you, brother? I haven't spoken to you in a while either. I mean, you've been busy. You've been working, man.
Yeah. I got a new job.
Damn, I told you. Y'all thought I was trolling.
I did.
Yeah.
I got a new job.
Told you.
Everybody on my nerves because they all answer to me, so they all trying to kiss my ass.
Damn.
Right now to figure out whether or not I'm the boss you want to fuck with, or whether I'm the boss you gonna be cool with.
I told you, man. So. Yeah. And joking back there.
I just want to interject. Them peoples that work for Mass are going to be tortured. Mass is one of the most ignorantest dudes out here, man. Play Sea of Thieves with this dude.
I'm pretty ruthless.
Dude is the way he was talking to his crew, it had me dying, man.
Pretty ruthless. Look, I expect two things. I expect you to do your job. I expect me to not have to tell you to do your damn job. That's it. You follow those two rules, we ain't got no problems. Pay you every Friday like you supposed to be.
You just got off work, but you're back to work, player.
Yeah, man, mighty Mass. So who we got here today for the record? I'm not looking at the screen. We got J Wags, we got Neethles. Well, Neethles, well, I know we got you in here. What's going on with you, Neethles?
Man, chilling. I think I got the flu, but hey, I'm putting out videos for once.
Yeah,
bro. I was getting you that bionic plague.
Yeah.
That's number bitch. First he doesn't like Black Panther, now he gave me the plague.
Oh man.
Don't bring that up. Don't bring it up.
Hey, yeah, I was saying
podcast to be about that.
Hey, but now listen, I want to say this for the record. We ain't gonna talk about it. I'd seen the movie last night. I went and saw it was the last showing. It was still sold out. That's a good goddamn movie.
Exactly.
Here we go.
I've seen it twice.
Yeah.
I saw it again yesterday with my kids.
Jersey do stink.
Yeah.
Who does not like that movie?
Yo, don't talk
Mighty
about it.
Mouse.
I haven't seen it yet. Once I see it, I gotta. When I see movies, I see movies. Not
Mighty
for
Mouse
entertainment.
Like that
but I heard there was a lot of subliminals and symbolism in there.
It was a lot of subliminals. It was a lot of symbolism.
You know what?
Nah, I gotta ask you a question. Not to judge your integrity or anything, but is your girl white or black?
Oh man.
Let me. I'm gonna break it down like this. I'm on non-disclosure agreement due to Neethles. He said him and his uncle Louis gonna break my kneecaps if I talk too much. I'm just gonna say this, man. Y'all mugs is gonna get educated when me and Neethles had to sit down and we talk about this. Y'all sitting there celebrating something that y'all don't even know what y'all celebrate. I'm gonna leave it at that.
What are we celebrating?
I just want to say this. It was a good movie.
What are we celebrating by?
Shit. You got a super chat.
I have to discuss this.
Oh, wait. Pay the bills. We gotta pay the bills.
We can do that too.
The $2 said, just read the title, Microsoft can't be fucking serious.
Yeah. But we're gonna
get into that in a second.
Yeah.
Right now, we roasting MM2K. What don't we understand behind the glass?
Hey, Moss, man, I can't help you, bro. I haven't seen the movie
I got
yet.
3 words for you. NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Y'all gonna have to stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right,
when is it gonna be? When is it gonna be? Because I'm gonna come on there and roast your ass too. So when is it gonna be?
That shit's gonna be on the Smash.
I don't give a damn. I'm the boss. That's the
Hey,
I got you.
Y'all's gonna be like, bro, y'all already had these?
I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
there. It's roast
This
time.
Saturday.
All right, I got a campfire ready for your ass. Pause. Don't worry about it.
All right.
I told you I'm gonna be the most hated black man from here to Wakanda.
Yeah.
That's cool. We just talking about from here to Philadelphia right now.
We ain't gotta hate your opinion. You can have your opinion. That don't mean
It's
we
just
have to
wrong.
accept it.
I'm gonna make y'all hate me for it. Trust me.
All right. Yeah. Well, listen. Let me tweet. Actually, I haven't even put this out on Twitter my damn self. I'm telling y'all to tweet it out. But anyway, like I said, you guys see the name of the show here. Like I said, ask you guys for the last time as you come in. Like I said, hit the like button. YouTube got your boy in the headlock right now. I just got the phone with Curse. I was talking to them about some numbers behind the scene. And and what's my man name again? Jake Paul Rogan.
Logan Paul, I think it is.
Yeah. But I'm gonna get out the way. So what happens is if you ever had a strike on your channel, for community guidelines, right? and I've heard this before, but it's really in effect now. If you had a strike on your channel for community, whatever, like you've been like, right now, Crap's got a strike on his channel. And Crap did that what do you call it? That Hulk Hogan promo video we did. I don't know what the video was about, but they flagged someone. I guess people flagged this video. They say Crap does clickbait videos. Oh, okay. I'll give you an example. Right now,
you don't say he does.
Well, I'm just saying. Listen. Listen to him. Listen, one man's. He said one man's junk is another man's treasure. To him, it may be a megaton, right? But now you see a video. You say, here, see the 5 hottest girls in this video. You see a nice thumbnail, and when you click the video, the thumbnail is somebody. You see a dog shit and stuff. Little clickbait videos. You know what I mean? And they call themselves cracking down on stuff like that. If you had a strike, they call it like false something advertising or promotion. But I used to go back and forth with several other YouTubers here in the community, and I've gotten strikes on this channel for cyberbullying and harassment, all types of wild shit like that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, but so I've had a strike on this channel for going against community guys. Actually, I think I'm about to start a whole new channel. And you know what I mean? So my videos are not recommended. My videos don't. If you subscribe to me, a lot of times you guys won't get a notification when I'm going live. There's a bunch, so I've been dealing with this for a while, you know what I mean? But I just, now that, especially with this thing with, again, what's my man's name again? Paul Logan. Yeah, you know what I mean? They're really cracking down.
Fucking up everybody.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Especially somebody like me that's had, you know what I mean? So though some of you guys have been rocking out with me forever, just know when I do my stuff, you click on. A lot of people not even being notified because there's a bunch of shit that I'm going through behind the scenes. I may just make a whole new channel and start from scratch. But anyway, enough of that.
Pay attention. If y'all out here saying Megaton and we click on that video and it's just Microsoft introduced next achievement, it's gonna be
what about the CPU controller?
Caramel booty in that thumbnail, it better be in the video.
Yeah. So all we're saying, like, there can't be amazing news every day, you know what I mean?
I've seen some wild thumbnails, like some thumbnails where say, "Oh, get your mind out of the gutter," and you look at the picture and it looks like full out crotch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like there are some that's like straight clickbait. Like they'll say like Dave Chappelle stand up, and then you click on it. It's like a 3-second clip of some movie that's not associated with Dave Chappelle at all. That's real clickbait.
But. Yeah, but they're really cracking down now. You know what I mean? People, but you can get now that you can get strike. I'm just giving you an example. With my situation is not like that, but now you can get strikes on your channel. And when you have a strike on your channel for something going against community guidelines, your videos are not recommended. Your subscribers are not notified a lot of times when you do.
Yep.
Oh, I'll give you an example, right? Even when I do these live streams here, these shows, these podcasts, I really don't make any. It's not sense about the money. I do it because I enjoy doing it. But this is a business. I do put a lot of time in this. My videos are automatically marked yellow. I had to appeal each video that I do, and once you get to 1,000 views, then you have to send out something, put in for appeal. Right now, when you have the yellow, you have the red status, a yellow status, and then a green status. You get paid all the time. But when it's yellow, that means that I'm not for the ads that you get money, you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be. I'll give you an example. Like right now, we're just talking about video games. I'm not making a cent for this, nothing. But hear me out. So I have to appeal it. So once it's appealed, and YouTube is a big thing, millions of subscribers, millions of users. So they may not get back to appeal that video for 2 days now, and the video makes as much as it's going to make within the first 2 days. You understand what I'm saying? So literally, it's like. So for a 2.5-hour podcast, I may get 33 cents. You know what I mean? Like, so, it is what it is. But like I said, thank you guys have been rocking out and supporting the platform. I appreciate it. Like, I really do this place. I do it for the love. But anyway, like I said, when you guys cop in, hit the like button. What do you think what do you think my show is dog shit? Hit the like button. What do you think? You mad at me for breaking up with your grandmother? Hit the dog shit. Hit the like and the thumbs up. Like I said,
not giving her teeth back. Yeah.
You know how I rock out. But anyway, we're gonna hop right into what we're gonna talk about. I was getting a chance the room to fill up. I still haven't put it on Twitter yet, much slow ass. But anyway, Super Lucky. We want to talk about Gears first, or you want to talk about Super Lucky Tales first? What do you want to talk about first? Gears.
This is the first I'm hearing about this shit. What's happening with this?
What, Super Lucky Tales? Gears what?
Yeah. Super Lucky Tales getting a sequel.
Okay, no, wait, that's gonna be kind of juicy. How about we do? Let's start off a little slow. While the room is still filling up. How about we do? What's that? Which call's getting a remastered? Burnout, 4K 60. Burnout. Let's get the remaster. D.
Burnout Paradise is trash.
Yeah, that was okay. That was
Burnout was good, man. Burnout was good. In fact, a lot of games borrowed from Burnout.
Was fantastic. Burnout Paradise was trash.
But which one are they
I can't
remastering?
That's the last one.
Yeah, but I think
Burnout
the reason
Paradise
why
was
people
trash.
like Burnout Paradise because it was a little bit of the same. That's why, right? Now we're playing
No.
it so many years removed with a new paint of coat with all this DLC. I think it'll do all right.
No, Paradise was trash. They could have done Revenge. They could have done Takedown. Those were both dope. They took out stuff from Paradise. It was trash. The
I
game
forgot
was
Burnout
trash.
existed.
They could have done Burnout Revenge, Burnout. They could have done Takedown. They could have done.
I'm
the
trying to
good
remember.
ones.
Well,
You literally did the worst Burnout game.
let me ask you a question. All right.
I don't know, man. You're Mr. Everything is trash, so I don't know.
No, that's not true. That's King's Blood.
Look.
I like stuff.
Hey, listen. Let me ask you a question. Now, I remember. You gotta be realize this. When the 360 first came out, a lot of those launch games were dog shit. You know what I mean? But it was pretty us. It was first time in console game we were playing really in HD. So I would, when the new console come out, you buy everything. You know what I mean? Just to see how it's gonna look on your console. Now I remember the Need for Speed, and I think Burnout maybe came out in 2006. What was the first Burnout that came out on the 360 era? What was it?
I couldn't tell you.
Revenge, I think.
Well, that was the first one. I think it may have came out in 2006. It wasn't that bad, or what was it? Burnout or either two. I remember the online was kind of cool. We played this shit online with each other.
Like I said, Burnout Revenge, because those had crash mode, which was basically what made Burnout. Like the crash and destruction, all that. They took that stuff out of Burnout Paradise and tried to make it Need for Speed. They tried to make it like an open world. You drive to events. That's not Burnout. That's Need for Speed.
Mm-hmm.
That was the problem with Paradise. I'm not saying it's trash for no reason. Like they literally took out the parts that made Burnout great and tried to make Burnout into Need for Speed, which is why Burnout went away. How would you remake the game that made Burnout go away?
So this was the last one. This is the last one that they're bringing out.
Right. This is the one. This is the one that's easiest to pull over. That's why they did it. I know why they did it, but I'm saying
You don't know why.
thematically, like this was not the good Burnout game. If you had made Revenge or Takedown, they would have been fine because those had the modes that made Burnout. You took all that away to try to make it Need for Speed. Need for Speed just came out. We don't need you to remake Need for Speed that didn't work. Like that's essentially what Paradise was Need for Speed, except for nobody wanted to play it. They just rather play Need for Speed.
Okay, all right. Well, Wags, how do you feel about this, Wags? You're on them.
I forgot Burnout existed until y'all even said anything. But I mean, I really don't. I have no feelings towards it. I won't play it. I agree with what Maslin said as far as Burnout was known for, crash vehicles, destruction, things like that. It was never meant to be open world. No one took it seriously as a racing game. It was just messing around, kind of like GTA. We run from the cops, like that kind of same situation. We just mess around having fun. That's all that game's about. So, I mean, I'm done with my point. Yeah, I'm really not excited about it.
Okay, Nethus, in your opinion, is this needed or is this a cash grab?
Straight up cash grab. I don't care about this particular game, and from the response, I don't think a lot of people care about this game, especially when you have awesome games like Forza Horizon 3. I think people would rather just play something like that over this.
Oh, all right. Post, you there, Post? Post back
Yeah, we can move along. I ain't got nothing on this.
Mars, talk to me.
Also,
People hate
and
Burnout now.
this the other thing. The game, I think it's gonna be $40 or something, right? Yeah, it's gonna be $40.
$40, that's too much.
It's gonna be $40. But this the crazy part. I guarantee you, this is a PC port that I could buy on Steam probably right now for $5.
Yeah.
But Maz, if this is so bad, because I'm not big on racing games all like that. If this is so bad, what is your opinion on why they're bringing this one back? You said you know why they're doing it.
Yeah,
but why?
because it was the last one, so it's the easiest one to port over. Like I said, there's a PC version. There's a PC version right now, and with the consoles being so PC-like, this is probably the easiest one to port over.
People really won't burn out 3.
Yeah, I don't.
Right, you get. Like I said, you give me Revenge Takedown, I'll buy that for $40 all day, every day, no problem. I'm not even touching this
port of the PC version though. I think this is going to be a new coat of paint even on that version. It's not going to be the same as that one.
Okay, what do you talk to me? It sounds like you're interested in it. Is it a cash grab for you? Like, what's up?
You know what? It's a little bit of a fan service. That game does have a cult following, and a lot of people have short-term memories. A lot of the racing games borrowed a lot from that series. So I don't know. It's an innovator.
Nigga do tell games like what? Games like who?
Well, the crashing mechanics, like how the big over the
The
top
the
crashes.
slowdowns,
Yeah, that wasn't really before that. It's almost like the bullet time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
Max
games
Payne,
implemented
yeah.
this afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for $40, if they put a good coat of paint on it and it looks,
But
it's
that's the
completely
thing.
different.
They Burnout Paradise, they took out crash mode.
Yeah, but they're remastered. You know what? Let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see. You feel like that about it? That's fine. But you know what? There's a lot of people that are looking.
Oh,
For
D must got this motherfucker
Who
lay
is
with.
those people? Yeah, D is like he kind
Like
of
my man Garrett say,
that
the game is trash.
Trash.
I'm looking it up now,
Like,
and
D, feel some type of way.
Who is those people? Because I've not seen a single person like, yes, I want Paradise. Every person I've seen was like, give me revenge or takedown.
I want.
Person,
You know what?
every person who's a real Burnout fan was like, give me revenge or takedown. The ones that had crash mode, which made Burnout.
Let's
took that away in Paradise.
it looks like
let's
Burnout
see what they
Paradise
bring.
sold the
Remember,
most.
they are adding a lot of DLC, and maybe they bring that mode back in. Who knows? Let's see what they do.
I had all the DLC. None of it had crash mode.
Well, let's see what they do. Let's see what happens when it comes out.
Nah,
I
D,
mean, I had
And
this game with all the DLC. None of it had crash mode.
hey,
And
yo,
they could be going off of straight sales because it looks like Burnout Paradise sold the most.
well, here's the thing, right? I think what EA should do, right? You take a company like EA, who has this is huge, probably out of all of the platform game developers, EA, Activision, probably EA is maybe the biggest. You know what I mean? Then maybe Activision or whatever the case may be, right? They have a franchise in Need for Speed, right? They have a franchise in Need for Speed. Then of course they have what do you call this? They have Burnout, right? It's like I kind of equate the same thing when Microsoft had Project Gotham, and then they had Forza Horizon. You know what I mean? Maybe they should consolidate the two because even like I said, Need for Speed, the one that just came out this holiday season, it was the racing mechanics. Yeah, the racing mechanics wasn't that bad, but the storyline very cheesy, and it was heavy on the storyline. Maybe they can somehow, combine the two. But maybe car games are not what they once were. Maybe it's like a dying format because back in the day, Need for Speed was huge. Burnout was huge. You know what I mean? Those they don't hold the same punch that that they used to. Or maybe EA is trying to rekindle something there. I just don't, because they don't even make as many car games as they do anymore. You just have Gran Turismo, you have Forza, and what's the other one?
Project Cars.
Project Cars. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, those stuff like that. But yeah,
The reason Need for Speed fell off is because Need for Speed didn't evolve. It was just like Live. Like, it didn't evolve. If it evolved, then it would have, I guess, weathered the storm where there was a saturation in the racing market.
Okay.
But Need for Speed didn't evolve, so this tried and true formula doesn't survive like that in racing games like Call of Duty and the sports games. Most sports games that works. You tweak things here and there. Need for Speed tried to do that, and it doesn't survive the test of time. You have to either be a established franchise that gives you like X racing, like what you call it, Gran Turismo gives you the straight simulation feel. It gives you that thing. The Forza series gives you a combination of the two, more towards the simulation side, but accessible enough for casual audience. And then the Horizon series gives you the overarching thing with smooth transitions. Need for Speed was in that niche, but then they just kept doing the same thing. You drive to this point, you start this race, and then we give you some cheesy story for why you're doing this race, but it never made any sense. But you have to play through this in order to just play the game. Then you unlock the open world. By that point in time, you've raced enough and you don't care. And they kept spending all that money on those stories that nobody gave a damn about. That was all cinematic, and they was hiring actors and all this other garbage, and nobody cared about it. And that caused them to hit that downward trend. They're spending too much money for something nobody cares about, but they can't stop it now because they set themselves on this path. Burnout had its niche where it was about crashing into each other, blowing stuff up, and they literally cut that out of the game. That's what caused Burnout to fall off that cliff, was because Burnout was doing something, and then they stopped doing that thing.
That
Well,
drove
and so
everybody to it.
Right.
That game is like a good 7, 8 years old. I can't remember all of that stuff. So I guess you're right on that. And but I don't know. Let's see what they do. It's an old game. You know what? $40. You want to get?
And here's the thing.
They bring crash mode back. I'm all for Burnout.
But here's what man, you brought up a valid point, right? Before we switch topics, you brought up a valid point. You said those games didn't evolve, right? And just looking at again EA and don't get me wrong, EA just back then they was really known for, of course, Madden, EA Sports. That was you're in the game. That was really what they were known for. They started to make other little titles just before they acquired BioWare and started making all other types of games, right? But you said the games didn't evolve. Now, such as I'll give you an example, such as NBA Live, right? In my honest opinion, where Live went left, and I will say this Live that came out this year is probably the best Live that's been out for years. I'm not saying it's as good as 2K, but for $5, it's not. Listen, if I only had one basketball game to play, I wouldn't be upset if I just had to play Live. If that makes any sense, you know what I mean?
It's free on EA Access right now, by the way.
Yeah, well, it's free on EA, but if you don't,
It's the vault right now.
yeah, but also too, if you don't have EA Access, the game is like $4, and it's not bad. It's not that bad. But the problem to me, in my opinion, like I said, I'm just gonna take Live for example. To me, Live went left when they started adding all the hip hop stuff. And EA was Live was just selling when the name was long. I'll give you an example because when Xbox Live came out in 2002, you can play EA Sports games online with Microsoft. Microsoft didn't allow them to run their own servers, but that's neither here nor there, right? So I was forced, even though I never had a problem with 2K, from the Dreamcast. I was forced, if I'm going to play online, that I had to, with the 2K, and I fell in love with 2K. Then 2K dropped the price of their basketball, their football, their hockey, everything about $20 that one year. So people that was going to buy a basketball, of course you buy what your friends have and with the name recognition. Everyone gave 2K a chance for $20 fucking. And kind of find out, which I've been saying, it was a better basketball game than Live, and was a better football game than Madden. You know what I mean? This one, you just had some real fights. So you had a whole Madden and the 2K football. Well,
yeah.
So again,
2K5 still get talked about today.
That was a good game because he was doing things in 2K5 that you still could probably do right now in some of these games. And
the game was incredible.
I have a copy around here somewhere. But what happened? So and again, I'm gonna take you back again. And so we had the Madden that came out for the 360, right? That game was so bad that they got slapped with a lawsuit. Everyone got paid, right? True story. It was just that bad. People sued EA, and if you bought the game between a certain amount of time, I forget how much I got, but we got our money back. That was a horrible goddamn game. And without competition, here what I'm going with, without competition, right? EA really, like I said, doesn't really have an incentive to put out a better football game because they don't have anyone to compete against, right? But that's neither here or there. What I'm saying in the grand scheme of things, $40 fucking. Now I know EA at one point in time they was rated as the worst, anti-consumer friendly company. They was doing those surveys and stuff, right? Saying EA was so greedy, right? Anti-consumerism. Now it's come out that LucasArts, Disney, are now trying to take away the Disney's license. Well, whatever they're gonna do, taking their business elsewhere. You know what I mean? We had the the backlash from Star Wars Battlefront. With the loot crate, and I think it was a good game. I like Star Wars Battlefront. I like it. You know what I mean? What turned me off when I went to go play it, that everyone was already all maxed the fuck out and was flying all around like, God, the game just came out today. You know what I mean? But they got shit about the because they said they was gonna give us free DLC. Someone's calling me in the back. Hold on. It was give us free DLC. You know what I mean? And then they took that back and said with now they're gonna give us loot boxes again. Like, what are your thoughts about that? And if EA was to lose a license, who do you think should go? They're supposed to be in talks with Ubisoft, and they're supposed to be in talks with Activision. Ubisoft, like, who do you think they should get, or if you think it's a good idea for them to lose it?
They need to lose it. The reason.
That's right. Take it away.
Give it to Activision.
Give it to anybody else but EA. In my opinion.
Or not Activision. Give it to Ubisoft, not Activision. Hell,
Yeah, I'd rather see
Ubisoft would be worse.
I'd rather see. I know.
Activision gonna do the same thing.
Sorry. I said that.
EA does.
Activision.
Yeah, Activision gonna do the same thing EA did, which they're gonna try to monetize every little thing, regardless of whether or not it's good for the franchise. Like, Star Wars is one of those things you put out, it sells itself. and you just have to make a good game. EA tried to make money for stuff that should just come with Star Wars as a whole, and that backfired. So in order to teach these companies a lesson, snatch that shit away. That'll teach everybody else. If you want to play with our licenses, because Disney owns every damn thing, if you want to play with our licenses, do right by them so we don't have to hear any backlash. And the way you do that, because the internet nowadays is ruthless. We don't give a fuck what you made, how much money you make, what your mama's name is. None of that shit matters. We will come for your throat if we want to come for your throat. So in order to make sure that doesn't happen, you just do shit right the first time.
I would agree with that because whatever EA does with the licenses reflects on Disney.
All right, I'm back.
I think that's why they're questioning whether they want to continue their licensing deal with Disney.
Okay.
Now in this case, don't get me wrong. Prior to this debacle, EA has done right by the license. We have been getting some pretty great Star Wars Battlefront games from them. But the last one, by the time we jumped in, when me and Z and them got on and we was playing multiplayer, you had people running around with things and stuff that we couldn't even get unless we either pay for it or, you know what I'm saying, play the game enough to access it. And then, you know, you running around like, what the hell did he shoot me with it? And how he doing
I didn't like that. Yeah.
Battlefield 1 was pretty disappointing post up. I mean,
what you mean? As far as the gameplay, I liked it. It was short on content, yes, right?
No, that gameplay was dog
the
shit.
Gameplay
was basic shit ever.
Yeah, the gameplay was very simplistic. It was very casual. But the only thing they nailed with the first game was the look and the sound. It looked fantastic. It sounded great. Like I said, for the first couple of hours, like that game was great. You're like, oh, this is so cool, but it wore off quick, man.
Hold on, Jay Wax. You gotta remember, Z don't give a fuck about gameplay. He just cares about graphics and the way it looks.
It looked great, man. Like Dyson knows what they're doing with that.
Battlefield 1 plays fantastic.
Yeah, I like the controls were tight. The controls were tight. Now, listen, was it lacking on?
It still has bullet drop off. It still has the vehicle combat still has destruction. It has better destruction than Battlefield 4. Like I'm very confused.
Too, man.
Right, it does look beautiful. That is all true. I'm talking about just straight up gameplay wise. Yeah. Like the hit detection works.
That shit was too.
It's too casualized. It was too like it's more casualized than Call of Duty. That's how I feel.
That shit was too easy.
How, Sway?
Battlefield 4 casual as fuck. They tried to make sure all those game mechanics are as Call of Duty as possible. Battlefield 1 requires skill. If you do anything outside of being an assault player, anything else, an assault player with one gun, anything else requires skill. Otherwise, you will get murked. Easy.
Listen. Here's the thing.
Like, y'all playing with a bunch of noobs. Like everybody hopped on the first week. They just got it, or it just came out on EA Access. Y'all playing with a bunch of people who play the game.
Look, I bought game and enjoy that more. That's a problem.
I bought that shit day one, man, and it was easy as fuck. We were slaying boys forever
with the eye patches.
I put a lot of time in that game, man. Again, like I said, it looked great, sounded great, but as far as gameplay goes,
play it right now, and it's still dog shit.
Boring.
Well, listen here, man. I liked it. I like third person shooters, and to me, I thought the controls were tight. Now, what was lacking? Here's what we talk about. What the problem came in the issue with, even with EA, that people complained about it not having a story mode. Right? It was online. Cool. It is what it is. They rushed the game out fine. Right? And then were charging so much for the DLC. Right? So EA was going to right their wrongs. You know what? The DLC is going to be free. But they slapped us across the head with the outrageous prices for the loot boxes, right? You know what I mean? I don't have a problem. Even with this kind of loot, I know Wags, you hate loot boxes. I don't have a problem being able to, if they're gonna sell me something, if I'm spending $10, let me buy whatever. I'll give you an example, like in Gears. It really pisses me off, right? That you're gambling. Here I am spending real money. If I want to buy a certain character or a certain pistol or whatever the case may be, if I'm at over the stage to unlock it, but they're giving me this whole slot machine thing here. I done dropped $30 and I ain't get a goddamn Locust character yet. I mean, I can't just character yet. That's my issue. You know what I mean? If you want to spend your money, you know, into you know what I mean, or wait, so you have to pay to win to be able to compete. You know what I mean? And that maybe that would make me the issue because sometimes I was listening to what you were saying in some of your rant videos. Like I'm telling, like, what's your stance with whole loot boxes paying? Like what's the problem?
Like I said, I absolutely hate the loot boxes, man. Like I said, and mainly what you're saying there is the whole gambling aspect of it. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
have
don't
the
like the
option.
gambling. I don't like the gambling.
You don't have the option to buy what you want to buy. But even so, even if you do have the option to buy what you want to buy, I feel like they're being too. Some of these prices are outrageous. Like I told you, Fortnite, which is a free to play game, they still do have a base game, charging $20 for one outfit, and then you got Sea of Thieves just announced. It's a $60 title. That they're gonna have you could buy a parrot and a cat and a monkey for your ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know how much that's going to cost yet, man. But if it's probably be $10 or so, my whole thing is some stuff should be included, man. I understand they got to make money, but like I gave this example earlier in my video. I said you're going to charge me additional money, probably $10+ for a fucking parrot in a what is essentially a pirate simulator, right?
But wait, Wags, are the parrots there day one, or do you have to wait that 3 months?
Why do you think they're waiting 3 months?
Because the microtransactions aren't coming until 3 months later.
Right. I said, why do you think they're doing that though? That's not coincidence. That shit's ready to go now, man. It ain't taking no time.
No, I'm saying, are you able to get the parrot day one or no?
No, you got 3 months. They're gonna have the update quotation marks, and you'll be able to buy them. But they're waiting 3 months because they don't want to put that shit there initially. A lot of these companies are scared to put anything in there initially, especially with the whole Star Wars Battlefront 2 thing. They're waiting that 3 months so it don't hurt the initial sales that are gained first. Then they're gonna introduce that shit. That's not by mistake.
Still not gonna be any loot crates or anything. So
I don't care. That's what I'm saying. I understand that too. I'm saying what Z's whole point. I'd rather, like you said, if people do want to buy it, fine. But some of them, it's still, even if you have the option to buy it, it's still outrageously priced.
Okay, so
yeah,
okay.
$10-$20 for one. Maybe a cat. If that cat is $10 or is more than $10, I'm gonna flip the fuck out because that's absolutely absurd.
What'd you say, what, boss?
No, I was saying, man. Look, sometimes we go too far to one side or the other.
Too far left, too far right. Talk to me, nigga.
Exactly.
Nigga, do tell.
Look. Loot crates in themselves aren't the problem. It's when companies try to overreach with loot crates, and we're creating a bigger problem with ourselves with territories trying to make loot crates be gambling so they can regulate them because they're not going to go away. All they're going to do is regulate them and put a tax on them, and they're still going to be there.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, let me just let Dr. Spreadsheets do this for you. Real quick.
All right, you got it.
Back in 1989, I'm a PC gamer. Back in 1989, there was a game called King's Quest that I bought from Electronic Boutique.
Oh, old school there.
Into EB games. All right. That game back then was 45 bills back in 1989. Okay. Games nowadays is $60. That's only a 25% increase over inflation. Mm-hmm. Everything since 1989 ain't just go up 25%. So now that games are more in the forefront under the spotlight, they got to make more revenue, you know what I'm saying, to keep up with the investments and the investors now that they're Fortune 500 companies. So loot crates themselves ain't a problem unless it becomes a pay-to-win situation. I used Mass Effect in the past as an example. With Mass Effect's loot crate, Mass Effect 3's loot crates, it wasn't pay to win, it was pay to survive. You know what I'm saying? If you bought a loot crate, you wasn't kicking nobody's ass. You were just staying in the game.
I understand I can make more money, Moss, but some of this shit's absurd, man. Like NBA 2K,
I agree.
NBA 2K15, $150, and you still don't get everything. If I pay $150 for a game, I should get fucking everything.
Okay,
I agree with that. But I'm just saying, I don't want to. All loot boxes are not of the devil.
Hey, when it's just cosmetic, it's fine. If you want to pay for those cosmetics, fine. If you want to pay for it, that's fine. But when you're paying for it and it affects your gameplay, I don't like that. Like the game I'm playing the most right now is UFC, and they have the Ultimate Team mode, and I don't touch that mode because it's got those loot boxes and or those microtransactions, whatever. You got to purchase those parts just for your fighter to be able to fight.
Right.
Like,
Now,
have a punch or a certain kick. So it actually affects the game. So guys are going out there and throwing another $40 on it. You go online to play them and they just smash you up because they put the money into it. I paid for this game.
That's crazy.
Quick question with that though, D. Can you earn that in game? Can you earn any currency in game for that to go towards that Ultimate Team?
There's ways of earning coins, like watching certain videos like of upcoming UFC events. and you can earn coins.
What?
You can
It's-
you can
it's probably-
earn coins that way. But of course,
They
the
put the
progression
mobile
is
model
very,
in
very, very slow.
very
in that
minute,
sense.
yeah.
Tell me they
Right.
put
So
the cell phone model on there. Like when you play the cell phone games and you want extra coins.
Yeah,
or
you gotta watch a
Yeah,
video.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, come on.
yeah, but
This is
what-
but the thing about those though, those are free to play, so you don't mind dropping if
Yeah.
you the game $20-$30. But when it's $60 out the gate or $100 out the gate, and you can charge for all this extra stuff, it comes at a certain point, man, where it's like I understand you guys are saying cosmetics, they don't affect the in game. I agree. If it affects the in game, that's absolutely unacceptable. And
Okay.
A game should be a full game, and if anything, we pay for DLC for like
Okay.
extra content and extra story, whatever, but not to play the game better.
I have no problems with
Okay.
paying for cosmetic upgrades. I don't have no problem with that. I have a problem with loot crates because
What the hell's the difference?
you can buy 50. Because you can buy 50. Loot crate is a coin flip. Like you can buy 50 loot crates and not get the one thing you want.
Okay, and that's what Gary's
saying.
saying.
That's
what
15 duplicates of something.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'm with you with that.
Look, I don't care about none of it. If I don't buy none of it, not even cosmetics. You're gonna see me look the same from the first point of the game. You can run around with shiny armor that don't do nothing but shine all you want. Ain't no point. I will keep the same 2 biscuits on my feet, some cutout shorts, and a t-shirt. What are you talking about?
I ain't gonna lie. I could do with a few of those in PUBG because I can't lie. I can't stand having an afro. I don't understand why they don't got no dreads or why I can't buy no dreads to put on my character.
He want to buy dreads.
he want to get his Fetty Wap on, huh? He trying to get his Fetty Wap on.
They shouldn't.
He want that presence in PUBG.
You talking about PC or Xbox, D?
He want that presence in PUBG.
On the Xbox. I'm not playing it on.
They should be charging. They shouldn't be charging shit right now for any
they're
DLC
not
at all.
charging anything for it.
Yeah, they are.
It's in-game credits, but they don't have an option for dreads anyways. I don't see it there anyway.
They're selling a $5 goddamn robe or something.
Hey, PUBG, man, step your game up, man. We need some dread
The
heads.
game's not even finished yet. The game's not even finished yet, but they're working on cosmetic DLC. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's finished on PC though.
It's not on Xbox. It ain't.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what PC's
It's
doing.
gonna be a while.
Xbox is really far behind the PC version. PC, they got different maps on the PC version. It's much more
gonna
refined.
be a
It's
while, man.
not a perfect copy by
real
any
quick
means,
question.
but a lot better.
I got a real quick question. So you're upset with PUBG for offering for the first time something you can buy with real money, but you're cool with Fortnite doing it right out the gate?
No. I'm just.
First of all, we can go to that.
One time.
Hold on. Talk about it.
Fortnite.
Hold on a second. Let me finish my comment here. I'm hypothetically saying that. I'm not really gonna be paying for it. I'm just saying it'd be nice if they had an option of having dreads in PUBG, which they don't. If they had it for $1, maybe I'd pay for $1. But it's cosmetic. It's not something that affects the gameplay. It's just the way I look in the game, which is completely different than somebody going out there dropping $50 and having this souped up character that headshots me as soon as I fucking spawn. You know, it's a big difference.
I agree with you.
The way they portray black people in games is terrible anyway, but that's a whole nother discussion.
Let me add this thing real quick. Hold on. The first thing with Fortnite, right? It's free, and no, I'm not cool with the transactions. I think I just said in this very podcast how it's ridiculous to charge that much money for $20 for one skin. But PUBG is still unfinished, and Fortnite still is too. But Fortnite runs it's fucking way better, way more optimized. They're about to get that 60 frames per second mode with the 4K.
Oh, they killed him with that.
I was saying for PUBG. No, I'm saying I'm not cool. I'm not cool with either one. But I'm saying, but PUBG should be working on their games that working on goddamn.
Okay,
now we finna get this straight. Okay, we have a Korean company versus Epic.
Epic fucking.
I don't give a fuck.
Epic's Korean come too.
Hold on. Epic has been in the game for years, longer than this company had. It has longevity. It has way more experience. It builds the Unreal Engine. It makes it. It creates it. Okay. Fortnite, which the expansion they got with the battle mode, that's just a Fortnite. The game was already made, so of course it ran better.
Right.
And
You only development for over a decade.
You're just moving over versus a company that never developed on a console.
Look,
and
look.
the
There's
issues
no
that
excuses.
they was dealing with on the PC.
Look,
Why you think Microsoft had to send
how many
people from
copies?
the
How many
coalition out
copies
there to
of
help
PUBG
them?
sold?
30 million.
They backing
Through
you in the
PC.
corner, J-Wag.
No,
Huh.
through
So
PC.
8
Xbox
odd
One.
babies.
No, you
30
had
million.
a,
30
you had a
million, 30
company.
piece. That's how much money?
That doesn't negate
Okay.
the fact that you
How
have
many
a company.
how many copies of Gears of War sold?
I don't know. What's that matter?
5 million, maybe.
Because that's who fucking makes Fortnite.
I
How
don't
many
care.
copies
It's
of Gears of
Epic
War
Games.
sold?
I don't give a shit about that. I'm saying PUBG made
this is your
all this
argument. Your
fucking money.
argument was-
They released
your
2
argument
goddamn
was-
maps,
your
and
argument
their games still
was
optimized like
they
shit,
did a
even on
bunch of money.
PC.
It doesn't.
And we're gonna
negate the
compare
fact.
money for money. How much money did Gears of War make?
That has nothing to do with this fucking argument at all.
franchise.
You
That's not
just
this
made
argument
the
at all.
argument about how much money they
I'm
made.
talking about the money that PUBG has made, and none of it's going back in their fucking game. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, that's what
How
we
do you
do.
know that?
Mhm.
All right, well, here's the
How
thing.
do you know that?
Hit that like button.
Hey, yo, listen. Check it
Stop playing that shit.
That's all
Wait,
I'm saying.
What are we talking about?
Wait,
You
wait.
have a Korean company.
I play
that's
PUBG all the
so-
time.
Both of them are Korean companies.
Yeah, the only thing they have been accustomed to development on is PC, mouse and keyboard.
But here,
That's
okay.
why Microsoft had to send coalition out there
Uh,
to get a working situation
for the
in
control-
regards
for
to
the
moving
control-
into control.
Let me say this. Let me listen. Here, real talk, man. You guys hit the light. It's about to get juicy. In Wag's defense, right? He's saying instead of them worrying about, they're already done. So, the game is still very buggy. It's fun as hell, but it still has a lot of issues. Instead of worrying about trying to nickel and dime us, we done paid you $30 for this alpha pre-demo, and you're just trying to sell. You should be taking those, whatever, and putting it and working on the game. Like, it still has a lot of issues with the game. You know what I mean? And I'm saying what Post is saying is this is a new company they're just getting their feet wet, but niggas is the big time, the big league. You know what I mean? Put up a show. You know what I mean?
Look, I can understand that. But if anybody thought that this game was gonna release on the Xbox One X, and run like a piece of cake, being that you're crazy. You got a team that's learning to develop and optimize on a system.
How
I'm
many-
pretty sure they
how
got
many-
builds now that we don't have access to that probably run better than the builds we have.
So
But it
Post, I
takes
gotta- I
time
gotta-
for them to release that.
I got a question.
Post, I
I
gotta
got a
disagree with
question.
you here. I gotta
One at
say
a time.
this.
One at a time.
They are porting this over from the PC. The Xbox One X, it's virtually a PC. So you have PCs out there that are running this game better, looking better than this game, that have less hardware than we have in the Xbox One X. So this is completely a developer thing. I don't know if they're
disagree with
understaffed.
that.
They don't have enough people to get up to par, but it should be running maybe a few builds behind the PC. It's like fucking 6, 7, 8, 9 months behind the PC. That's ridiculous.
No, I'm saying that, like, I don't care who got hired, man. Like, you got the money to do it. They made the money to make this shit happen, man.
Well, some of y'all need to start y'all a development company. Y'all need to become development.
But they made it. But Post, they made it on the PC.
Yes, it's on a PC, but the Xbox One X is not a PC. It has
a PC.
It has customizable. Look, it has customizable hardware that the PC
Post.
don't
That's where you're
have,
wrong.
player.
The Xbox One X is virtually a fucking PC. You have other devs out there porting their PC games to the Xbox One X in fucking hours, man. That's bullshit.
But that doesn't apply to everyone in every game.
No, because not all devs are created equal, clearly. But it's not the hardware that's the problem.
Well, you just made my point. All devs are not created equal.
Okay, so I'm just gonna ask a question. So they made all this money, right? And they've updated the game a few times. They're 100% slow as shit in how they move. That is a fact. Except for on the Xbox, because Xbox One version
We're
came
getting
out in
updated like
December.
every 2 weeks.
Right. They updating that shit all the fucking time. So apparently they're not working on the game, but we'll move past that.
Or the shit still runs like trash, but like, if they want to add like free shit, like if you want to compare Fortnite here, like Fortnite's adding free shit all the time in there. New weapons, new game modes, new additions to the map, new cities.
How long do you think it took Epic to make Fortnite?
They're throwing this shit out there quick.
How long you think it
I'm not talking about the fucking development cycle. I understand they had a head start on the development cycle.
How long do you think it took them to make the Battle Royale mode?
Not long at all.
Exactly, because Fortnite, the foundation was already there. It was already firm and submitted.
I understand that. My whole point here is PUBG. Like, focus on your game. You make all that money, right? focus on your fucking game and don't add any DLC in this shit at all until that shit's up to par. Is what I'm saying.
So
if you guys don't agree with that,
why would they stop making content? So you're
no DLC. I'm talking about. This game's been for what? It's been in preview quotation marks, right? For the past year and a half, 2 years, and they only got 2 maps. It's in game preview because it's a goddamn excuse. This game's been in game preview forever now. Like DayZ's been out for 5 years in pre-alpha. Right? As long as they got that game preview up, no one expects shit from them. Just like you guys. That's what you guys. Oh, it's a game preview. That shit'll be in game preview until next year.
They thought they had wags in a corner.
Hold on, Ada.
Nah, every game, the game preview is an excuse now.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
If that's the case, all the developers will be doing that. Because
It's gonna start the trend.
If they can get money like that, then that's gonna be the next.
Mark my words, it should be in game preview till next year. Even the PC version is finished, right? Apparently, right? And it still runs like shit.
How many?
It's still getting hackers and shit like
that. When does the PC version run like shit?
Let's
have a comment. When does the PC version run like shit?
The PC version does run like shit.
It still runs like trash.
What are y'all talking about?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking
about? What are y'all talking about?
It's known that the PC version is not optimized. What are you talking about?
What the fuck are y'all talking about?
Oh shit!
It's well known. What the fuck are either one of you talking about?
Mass play
whatever.
PUBG.
I got more
every day.
My fucking son has more hours in PUBG on PC than both of you motherfuckers combined.
It doesn't matter.
You know what I think it is, man? You know what I think it is, man? I think.
If you watch Digital Foundry's video 2 days ago.
One at a time.
Let me go.
On the PC version, they were doing the new Ryzen APU that they have, and they were talking about PUBG. They even stated that this game is not fucking optimized for PC. Every single PC guy that does videos, everybody knows that game is not optimized on PC. Yes, it runs better than the Xbox version, but it's far from optimized.
All right.
That's what I was gonna say. I think Maslin standard. It runs good at Maslin standard.
Mass gonna respond to that.
Oh, he broke man. He done broke man shit.
Hello?
He done broke man shit.
Hello?
Yeah, J Wags.
Maslin done went to go get Batman. He's tired of y'all shit.
All the Ryzen APUs run like shit. Is that your benchmark?
No.
Because the Ryzen APUs run trash.
Dude, honestly, tell you, you're fighting a losing battle here.
No, I'm not.
It's a well-known fact.
You're the type of dude to look up at the sky and say it's green when it's damn well blue.
You the one talking about Burnout Paradise, it's a good game, but you don't know what it plays like. Shut the fuck
Let
up.
Mass respond. Let Mass respond.
Decisions. That's a dumbass argument. Neither one of you motherfuckers playing on PC.
Isn't Mass the same dude that doesn't like Black Panther?
You don't have to play on PC, man. It's it might not run bad to you.
You ain't even paying attention. Moss and Mass are two different people. You know that, right? Because only one of us doesn't like Black Panther. The other one is gonna put his ass in a coffin.
Oh shit! You're talking shit on me now.
Get him, man.
Bottom line, neither one of you motherfuckers play on PC. That he said
you don't gotta play on PC. We don't have to play on PC. Just because it runs good to you, man, so don't mean it's optimized. It can run good to you.
No, it is.
You got some low goddamn expectations, man.
Hold on. Let Mass respond.
That shit has been pulled. And it has been optimized crazy since it's been released.
You are the only person that plays that game that thinks it's fucking optimized, okay?
No, I'm not. Y'all motherfuckers don't play it.
You are.
You are a PC gamer who plays PUBG on Xbox. Shut the fuck up.
Because of fucking cheaters. Did you not read slow down. Did you not read the report the other day where they just banned all the cheaters from PUBG and 99% of them were from China? Please don't tell me there's no fucking cheaters in PUBG. What are you
everybody's playing first person mode, right? Everybody's playing first person mode now on PC.
Hold on, real quick. So you went from it's not optimized to please tell me there's no cheaters. When did I say there wasn't cheaters?
You said why I don't
check the tape, nigga.
I'm telling you why I don't play it on PC because of cheaters.
When did I say?
That's what. Well, bro, you said I play it on Xbox, and I countered by saying I don't play it on PC because there's a lot of cheaters, and I backed up my point by saying that the PUBG developers just banned So many players, and most of them
Yes.
were from China for cheating.
They
I
banned a
told you
million
before
players
in
in
previous podcasts.
They
I
banned
said,
a
no,
million players.
They banned a
people-
million players in January.
People teleport when you're shooting them. They're doing all kinds of fucking weird cheating. I don't want to put up with that, so I just played on the Xbox because there's no cheaters on there. That's why I played on Xbox.
There's no cheaters?
Not because
So when you teleport under the map and then you shoot people from under the map in the last circle, that's cheating?
Listen.
That's an
I don't play
exploit.
because there's cheaters on there.
I just named the exploit
when they clean
on
up
Xbox that happens right
when
now.
they clean up
So
the
you
version,
taking-
I'll probably play it on
Oh,
PC.
Again, I
Regardless,
just
I look
said
at a lot of
that
I
Pete,
look at
that
a lot
You're
of
shouldn't
further
be
the
on
point,
Xbox.
Mass. This game
You
is
shouldn't
I
play
look
trash.
at a lot of
PUBG.
streams. I read a
You
lot of
shouldn't play PUBG.
PUBG.
One at a time.
Hold on a second. I go into the
One at a
forums
time,
where
one at a
people
time.
play this game religiously. I listen to all the top YouTubers, and everybody says the same thing, that the game is not optimized for any platform. And this is a fact.
All what top
It runs.
YouTubers?
Yes, it runs better on PC. Yes, you can get 60 frames per second, but there's still a lot of problems with it. You're just holding
What
on to
are the
it runs 60
problems?
frames per second.
What
so
are
it's
What are
better.
these
Like, no.
problems? What are these problems on PC? Outside of cheating, we're talking about optimization.
It's not optimized. You get a lot of
What
drop
does that
frame
mean,
rates.
though?
You get,
What
you
does
get,
that mean?
You get rubber banding on the PC just like you do on the Xbox.
I
You
guess
don't you may get 60 frames per second. It may drop to 45, 50, back up to 60.
And it still got hella
On-
bugs in
on
it.
It's not
who's
A lot
optimized.
of games do
On
that.
whose rig?
all right,
Everybody's
look.
Bro, just Google it. Just Google
A lot
it.
of games do that. Run 60, drop down depending on
hold
what
on,
kind
real
of
quick.
60 you got.
Real quick,
Some
we
run
gon-
60, scale up to 100 and drop down.
I just want to say one thing.
We're going to go back about 20 minutes.
Wait, hold on 1 second, Matt. Hold on 1 second, Matt. I just want to say shout out to everybody in the chat. And hey, Chanel, hold on. I'm working here, baby. I'm working. Just getting an idiot, right? And I will say this, right? At the end of the show, we hope we all can still be friends. Motherfuckers trying to eat our babies. I need y'all to hit the like button. I need y'all to hit the like. It's about to get heated. Mass don't break down.
Topic too. We're going
Yeah, we're going to move on to Super Lucky Tales.
Okay, we're talking. All right, we're talking.
I'm going to put this out there real quick.
Hit the
20
like
minutes
button.
ago,
All right.
This
so-
nigga D was arguing with Post Up about how the Xbox One X is a PC and how that there are lower PCs with lower specs than the Xbox One X running PUBG much better.
Okay.
How did you go from that to this? How, Sway?
That doesn't
How?
mean that it's
How?
fucking optimized on the
How?
fucking PC.
How, Sway?
A PC is
Either
going
they're
to run
running
any
it
game
good
better
or they're
than
running it bad,
Xbox.
nigga. Either
Are
they're
you
running it
on
good or
something,
they're
bro?
running it bad, nigga. One or the other.
Bro,
You can't be doing
bro,
both simultaneously, my
most
nigga.
games are gonna run better on the
Nigga,
PC
they either-
because
they
it's
either
running better
run
on the
good
PC.
or
Does
they
not
run
make it a
bad,
fucking
my nigga.
optimized game. What
They
the
either run good or they
Bro.
run bad, my nigga.
Oh, bro, honestly, tell you, I can't do it. I can't do
Super
it.
Lucky Tales.
Can't
Super
do
Lucky Tales.
Okay,
Super Lucky Tales getting a sequel.
Yeah.
J-Wag started this. J-Wags, you ain't shit.
Yeah. He said,
No, I'm saying, man, that shit's trash on every
Man,
platform.
forget J-Wag and his Nintendo
That shit's
Switch.
trash on every platform, man.
hey, yo.
I'll say what, hey, this Switch runs every goddamn game better than that fucking PUBG.
You know the facts.
What?
Hey,
Yeah,
the game
that's
is
true.
fun.
What
Don't
do
get
you
me wrong.
mean?
With all the
All
problems that it
17
has, the
frames per
game is
second, though.
fucking fun as hell.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know what's crazy? Mario Kart runs 100 times better than fucking PUBG. That's sad,
All
man.
17 frames per second is
That's sad, bro.
All right, let me.
That's sad, bro.
All right. Hit the like button, man. Jokers, here's a listen, man. His passion coming to this gaming, man. Look, it gets passionate, man. I want to say this, right?
I was subject to the multiplayer.
No, yeah, right. It goes left, man. But it is what it is, man. It's all fun. And if you guys enjoying the show, like I said, hit the like button. So,
Hit that like
we're gonna go to Gears 5, then we'll close the show with the title of the goddamn show here. Gears of War 5. Now me and Post actually brought this up in the video that we did. It was about EA rumored to be losing the Star Wars license. Wasn't just so much the Battlefront. They also was making a single player game that they they let them go and stop the game. But one thing about Disney and LucasArts, they went one of the reasons I heard they went to EA because EA is a big company and they wanted several games to be made. They feel they put out 2 movies. Also, something I heard they were able to put out more movies than actually EA was able to put out goddamn games. Now, with that being said, Gears of War 5. What's the name of that splash damage, right? On their website, they had some links. They were looking for some talent to start working on the new game. Now, listen. Now, this studio is located in London, England, right, Bose?
Yes, London.
And Rod Ferguson was over there in London with them.
Recently, yeah, you can
Now,
check his Twitter channel. He was there.
Splash damage to give their jacket They did the multiplayer on Gears 4, or did they do the campaign? You can get 3 now.
On the last Gears of War, they did the multiplayer, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Or this one coming up.
On Gears of War 4, they did the multiplayer, but they also did the Gears of War Ultimate. They developed the Gears of War
Yeah, they
Ultimate.
did that.
They did that whole joint, and so and they did a great job on that. I didn't really hear too many complaints on that one. And so if there is doing Gears 5 as far as the story mode and multiplayer, then you can just go back and play Gears of War Ultimate to see what kind of to
For
see
reference,
how it feels
yeah.
for reference because they did do that whole project.
All right, no, okay. Well, I know we put this up on BGST. Crap, them saying it was they don't believe it, but because the coalition are working on a game outside of Gears. You know what I mean? So, and again, even if some people were saying, well, that's not a good thing. Look what Gears of War Judgment, and that was Judgment was just a dog shit game, period. But it can be something like where they can take a head guy such as Rob Ferguson, who is Gears, and this company has worked on Gears in the past. Just want to be clear of this. And you know how Ken Lobb does with the Killer Instinct, even though a company with Iron Galaxy makes, but Iron Galaxy makes it and it's not rare, but you have Ken Lobb, so Killer Instinct still feels like Killer Instinct. You know what I mean? But what are your thoughts about this? Is it good news, bad news?
I think it's good news.
Phenomenal news.
I think Microsoft tried. I think Microsoft, if you go back in to the Playground announcement in regards to them working on Fable, Microsoft didn't want that news to get out. They was actually pissed about that. Then the rumor with the coalition working on a new game outside of Gears, Microsoft themselves actually came out and said
quick.
no, they're not. They tried to dead that. I think Microsoft is in a position where they're trying to prevent leaks. But this new information now that just came out proves that the coalition could be working on another game, and them moving Gears 5 over to Splash Damage based on what they did with the multiplayer in Gears of War 4, which is dope. Still need they made some changes there that kind of messed up the shotgun a bit. They kind of OP'd the Lancer and the other weapons in there. But overall, Gears is still a very addictive game in regards to the multiplayer. And then what they did with Gears of War Ultimate, you can see why they will put faith and trust in this development team to handle what titles like Gears 5. So I think this is them handing the reins off to that studio with Rob Ferguson overseeing what's going on to make sure their vision comes to light, and it'll give Gears team an opportunity to either A, work on the game they started prior to them getting access to Gears, because we know a lot of the people at that studio wanted to continue working on that original IP to prove themselves. They weren't too happy about just switching over to Gears. They wanted to prove themselves with that new IP, or B, they might be doing a Perfect Dark or another a title that Microsoft might have come now. So I think this is good information. We just got to see if everything comes to fruition.
Yeah, and as you said, Post Up, they could probably be combining the two because that title was probably Shanghai Heist, and as we can see, that seemed like a spy thing. So you can put Joanna Dark right in there, and boom, you brought Joanna Dark back. It's almost like having a new IP because she's been in the dark for so long.
And they was 2 years on Shanghai. They was 2 years.
Yes, they have a lot of work done.
And that's why they was pissed that they had to stop and move over to Gears. But they specifically said that a lot of the develop teams wanted to prove themselves as a studio with a brand new IP and not just move over to Gears. Some people was happy about Gears, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the people at the studio wanted to prove themselves as the new studio.
D, any thoughts? No? Good news, bad news for you? D pissed off.
I don't really know what to think about this.
Oh, D, calm down. Goddamn, D. He's still upset about it.
Well, let me tell you something.
We got to bring his presence back.
D upset. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I on the previous podcast we did, we were talking about this a little bit, and one of the guys on the panel was saying that it could quite possibly be to add a PUBG kind of battle royale mode. I'm unsure what they're gonna do. That sounds like a good explanation, and I've said it before. I think a lot of games are gonna this battle royale mode
I
to
don't
their.
know how that'll work in Gears. I don't see that battle.
Well, I will
Oh,
say
they
this:
did.
Gears of War always needed a big team type mode, so maybe they can do something like that because
But
Gears they have these vehicles, they have the mechanics. It would
Yeah,
be epic to see like
I don't
almost a
see that.
Battlefield-esque mode in there.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
see that because Gears is such a close quarter.
Yeah,
But
But it's
exactly,
the whole
but
You know what I'm
purpose
saying?
of the
that's
battle
it.
royale
Yeah.
mode. It's to open the game up, give you a different experience.
I can't
Exactly.
see me
But
running
but they
across a field in Gears.
yeah.
With I can't see that because
Yeah, but here's the thing, Post Up. You gotta change it from just being a shotgun simulator. Like, I love the game, but if you can open it up to the wider audience and they can actually use Lancers for once in their life, maybe Gears multiplayer would be popping in the mainstream again.
Well, Gears is not just. And we got to stop that too with the shotgun.
Oh
You know what I'm
man.
saying? And
It is,
look,
bro.
the shotgun is the main weapon, but everybody who
It
call
is.
all you got to do is use a shotgun. But everybody don't know how to use that shotgun.
You better
I've
learn.
seen
Yeah,
people
I
who
know.
play
How
Gears
hard is it to use a
destroy.
shotgun?
Better
But,
learn.
but look,
No,
I'm just
bro.
saying,
I
you
love
say that now, but I have seen some terrible people
I was terrible.
in Gears
I was terrible.
and Gears. If you play it now, you see people doing the balance of depending on what map you're on, using the shotgun and lancers. Like you might have 3 people up front with doing shotgun, where you might have 2 people in the back lancering, depending on what map you're on and what y'all doing. So it's not just it's all about tactics.
Yeah, but maybe they'll
Okay,
introduce some
hold
new
on,
weapons
bro.
for this mode as well, right? We don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on. Next gen Post Up. You guys love Gears. I know Jay likes Gears. I love Gears. But let's be real here, man. The casual audience, they can't get into Gears because of the shotgun aspect. So if you have a mode where they don't have to use that shotgun all the time, if they can expand on it, and also expanding on a game is
I see.
always good anyways,
I see what you're saying.
it'll be good.
All right, let me check it out. Let me
Yeah.
check it. Let me check it. Here's the thing, right? You said the casual. Now you guys know I found my way. I stopped believing in Jesus. But when I started playing Gears with you guys and live streaming, I don't like to lose. So I can hold my own in Gears. Now, it's not to get too long winded here, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm about to go. One of the things that makes maybe people either love it or hate Gears is the fact that it's up close and personal with that shotgun. God damn, 93%. You think a shotgun is infamous with I'm gonna be honest with you. If the from what I noticed, because I used to play Gears 1 and 2 online, and I didn't play it since then. Literally, I didn't play it online since then. In Gears 1, it was more of a Lancer thing. Chainsaw thing, you know what I mean? More of a Lancer. And then now maybe it's the game mode. But I don't know, it's all about the goddamn, and I don't even know that's a bad thing. Now, could they open that game up and you see a battle royale mode in Gears? I don't even know how to I don't even know how that works.
I can't see that work. I can't see that work because the way I can't see people be wall bouncing in the field.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you can have like a
you have
big
to
team mode with
change
a
the
huge
whole
map,
You have to change
explosions.
the whole
But they could
mechanics
change
of
the
the
whole
game.
mechanics for that mode.
Halo,
Guys.
I can see a battle royale because
Now,
Halo the
personal.
type
it's
of
already
game
set up
that can
for it.
fit that aspect. But Gears,
That's
the
a good
close
point
quarter,
there.
the
So
cover
shady.
system, and things like that. I don't know. I
Gears,
have to see.
Halo is not a up close and personal game. Halo is made to be. Even look at the maps.
It's made for a battle royale. If you
The
look at
maps are
Arena-
big. Everything is big. You got flying. You know what I mean? Gears multiplayer has never been about that. I mean, the closest thing, in my opinion, maybe if I'm wrong, I do stand corrected. Or you guys will tell me was the horde mode that they added. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know. I really don't think, bro. Because Gears, even with the map and stuff, with the camera angle, I don't know what the hell. I don't know. I really don't know.
I can't see it. Even with the horde mode, you're still up close and personal with the enemies. You have these big, huge monsters, and you're backed into all types of corners. And the cover systems
What up,
and
Lex?
the ability to use cover and kill people plays a big role in Gears. And I can't see that on a large map in a large field. They will have to drastically change the mechanics, and I don't know if
Well, I mean,
hard
the
to do
the
that.
maps could have like trenches and shit. Like you don't know how it might be set up, but either way, I love Gears as I said again. But a lot of people, if you talk to them, they just like I can't get into Gears multiplayer because you just have to use a shotgun all the time, and they can't stand it. Like I can't tell you how many people I run into and they say that like, no, I'm not playing that shotgun simulator.
9 times out of 10, they was getting their ass handed to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 when people
But here's the
complain
thing:
about
they might get their
Gears,
ass handed to
they're
them,
getting
but
their
they're
ass
where the
whooped.
chat is at. They're
Yeah.
what the chat is at, man.
Look,
That's why
nine-
Gears isn't as mainstream as it once was.
Yeah, majority of people that complain about Gears is because they getting they ass whooped with that shotgun, and it's more so of
It is
how
true.
he's doing that with the shotgun, and I can't. Well, if you practice, Z is a perfect
If you practice,
player.
practice makes
Z
perfect.
is a perfect player. When he started out, the boy was pimp walking,
Uh-huh.
everybody running around, crazy,
Yeah.
crazy. He still at the beginning of the map, walking through.
A horse is a horse. There is, of course.
You know what I'm
Closer.
saying?
Here's
But
the
now,
thing, not
But
everyone's
now
gonna
he's
be
a
like
whole
Z where they
different player.
keep with it. A lot of people are just gonna drop off. I'm not saying get rid of the shotgun aspect. Like that's obviously gonna be the main multiplayer, but you should have a side little thing. Like you know how Halo has Warzone? You should
Yeah.
have a side thing with like big team or something for you.
Okay, you know what?
Just have, like, those guys.
You know what? No, hey, here's the thing, Anithus, I'm not even saying you're wrong. Maybe it's something that they could do to attract a different. Even, I don't know. Maybe like PUBG. Not PUBG. Fortnite. Go out and build a house or something. I don't know. Like you know what I mean, something. But here's the thing. And we can switch topics here. We can get into the Lucky Tales thing. I think what Gears ultimately went wrong at was when, honestly, I think when they put out Judgment. And you know, because you had such a high note 1, 2, and 3, all critically, then you come up with the dog shit Judgment, and to me that killed any momentum that they had with Gears leading into the following generation. Because I don't know what the hell was Judgment. The Judgment reminded me of that game Bulletstorm. Judgment was dog shit. Yeah.
Judgment, they drastically changed the gameplay up, and the hardcore fan base for Gears instantly hated it.
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah,
included.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So maybe they could say they can even get. I don't know. I'll say this. I would say Gears over Halo any goddamn day of the week. That's just a fucking fact. But I don't know. I mean, but they do. Here's the thing: they are going to have to do something. They have to evolve, and not they're going to die. You know what I mean? So they have to find a way to. And I love Gears 4, but they're going to have to do something because it's $1 billion goddamn franchise to reinvent themselves. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's on the campaign side of the thing or the I don't know.
And when you reinvent yourself, like maybe people play the mode we like, and then maybe that mode will get popular again. But you have to expand your game to get those audiences back.
It's something, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. But thank you again for you guys coming out. But you see the title of the show, Super Lucky Tales gets a sequel, but no Ryse 2. No Sunset Overdrive.
Great job, Shane Loftus. Great job.
Yeah. No Quantum Break 2. We're gonna talk about this. Now listen. And can't make it. Where your weirdo ass? I can't make it in the chat. Some goddamn weird. Listen. You guys know I got called everything but a child of God. When me going off about goddamn Super Lucky Tales. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I want to get you guys' opinion on this. Now I've been when it comes to this. Even 2017. You had some Xbox guys behind the scenes, right? Tell me how shit was dog shit, but they fire up their camera and go out there and I'm not listening. This is real shit. That's why I said I did that video and I lost my mind. Be honest. Don't come to me, confessing your goddamn sins. I would really, even though I was like embellishing, I would really because I am from the mindset if you want your preferred company to do better, you have to be fucking honest. And you guys know the 90% of the guys saying that you guys say in this community, bleed green, be the behemoth. That shit all came from me. You know what I mean? And when motherfuckers start questioning, am I an Xbox fan or you know what I mean? Like motherfucker, like I've been here since day one. You know what I mean? Look at my gamer tag. You know what I mean? I'm not someone that that claims to be a quote unquote a neutral or an Xbox and all they do is fucking do. So if I'm being critical of Microsoft, it's coming from a valid point. I got accused of everything. I'm hanging with too many Sony guys now. They don't know what got into me. Listen, just look at what's got. Let's look at the games that we got for 2017. And listen, since me being an Xbox guy, this is real shit here, right? Honestly, maybe I may not be the typical Xbox fan. I'm not too big. I would take Fable before Halo. I just prefer, I like Fable. I like Gears better than Halo. Shoot me, right? But this year alone, 2017, because a lot of times what a lot of Xbox guys do, they like, well, what does Sony do at the end of the year? It's not about fucking Sony, okay? One thing I give Sony and Nintendo credit for is that they give their consumers or their fan base what they want. No one was asking for a fucking, what's that, Gravity Rush 2, but Nintendo, since Sony gave it to them. No one was asking for a Knack 2, right? But Sony gave it to them. I mean, they throw shit at the wall, or players, they invest in the IP to see if it's going to have legs. But here we are. So this year, for the Xbox guys, we got Voodoo Vince. We got Voodoo Vince. We got Phantom Dust releasing their original assets. And their fucking original assets, right? We got Recore. What's Recore? Recore was last year. We got Super Lucky Tales.
Worthless.
But no, this is the knee slapper that we got Disneyland and Zoo Tycoon. Well, Cuphead was good.
Oh, Cuphead was good.
Yeah, yeah. We got Disneyland and Zoo Tycoon Xbox One enhanced.
That's a
Absolutely.
megaton.
We got that motherfucker enhanced. Listen, well, listen. This is real shit. I'm not gonna say any goddamn names. I'm not gonna be messing tonight, right? But he said, well, Nation, that's priority. You got to give other things for the kids. Fine, but you're gonna spend the money to enhance that shit there, but give me Phantom Dust and the original fucking assets. There's a fucking misconnect here, right? So
Absolutely.
we got Super Lucky Tales. I understand my Xbox is not really known for being a platformers or having platformers. I understand, but I look like this. I'm gonna say this again. I want you to get your guys' opinion. This generation, like I said, Microsoft has kind of lost their identity of what made them hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even the fact that they were doubling down. And D doesn't like when I say that. Even the fact that they were doubling down on this whole PC thing, play anywhere, your core, don't give a fuck about that, okay? And I understand it's cool to have platforms, but that's not your crowd. You know what I mean? We didn't come in on a platform tip. We like the over-the-top Michael Bay explosion, you know what I mean? Gears of War and Halo, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? That what we got this year. And this is what I'm saying, right? You knew and back in 2015 that you weren't going to have, like, what are you fucking doing? And to say, hey, and listen, I like the Sunset Overdrive. You know, it's not really, that's not your typical Xbox game.
That had potential.
It does. That we're going to get a Super Lucky Tales 2, and you got fucking, what's that, Insomniac saying they're willing to do it. They're waiting on Microsoft. Now, I understand that the game didn't sell in boatloads. It came out in 2015. You
They really had a dumb time.
That around a bunch of other shit during the holidays. I understand that. But how does this feel with you? That the fact that we can get a Super Lucky Tales 2 before a Ryse 2, whether you like those games or not, whether before a Quantum Break 2, before the Sun. Like, how do you guys feel? Or am I being over dramatic? Or like, talk to me.
I pre-ordered mine.
Oh shit! Fuck you.
Oh damn!
I got a Super Lucky Tales jump rope.
That year's not being over dramatic. This is ridiculous that we're getting a Super Lucky Tales sequel, even though if it doesn't might cost that much, over getting like a Sunset sequel or having them in talks with Sunset. And you know what? I'm going to use Marty Moss here. I'm going to use Marty Moss. He said Microsoft was that company that came to the gaming industry and they just bought shit. Look, they saw like a game company was popping, they bought them. They saw that they needed the vibration for the controller, they bought that shit. They own it now. So when I've heard recent news that THQ Nordic, a company I haven't fucking heard of as of late, almost like Crytek, bought a whole bunch of studios and games for about $150 million. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing over there, Microsoft?
Preach.
You could have had all those games. You could have put them all in your Game Pass service to make people know that Game Pass is worth it.
Woo.
You're getting buyouts. And Moss, I'm going to hand it over to you. You know what you're talking about.
Yo, you done got me excited. I ain't get no goddamn Super Lucky.
Hey, Mega, come in here, Mega. Come in here, Mega. Come on, Mega.
Yo, here's the deal.
Gun, man.
Here's the deal,
Every
man.
investment is not a good investment. Every time y'all see somebody sell something about something, y'all always say, well, Microsoft didn't do it. Man, everything is always not a good investment based on what they're trying to do.
Look, if you're trying to post up, if you're trying to push a service like Game Pass,
look, do you know Cosmetic? They weren't just buying games; they was buying a whole company that do more than just make games. When you look at the purchases of something, you're looking at the whole investment.
Well,
What is my return? A lot of the stuff that they had are great, good games, but they're not big triple A titles that everybody is talking about.
Yeah, post up. You want to know what you get in return? You want to know what you get in return?
Metro Exodus is a great title, but it doesn't boom like a.
Hey, post. Hey, post.
Yo, post. I'm gonna tag in here, post. I'm gonna tag in.
How do you
All
know
right.
Metro Exodus
You want to know what the game
is a great title?
return? You want to know what the game return here? They get a fucking developer that can actually make Crackdown instead of using second-party devs.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Need those! Need those!
What do you get in return? I hit you with the return. Now you want to back
That's
up.
where you're wrong. A lot of what
okay.
they purchased was licenses and IPs. They didn't really. They the only developer they probably got was the ones that made Saints Row. 4A Studios
Saints
made
Row,
Metro.
a game that was popping
They didn't purchase
more.
Metro Studio. They only own the license and the publishing rights to the Metro franchise. It's a
let Nathan speak here. What you got going? Nathan, put him in this place, please, because this nigga bugging.
Okay.
I don't know this nigga.
Let's be real. Crackdown has never been popping. Saints Row was popping before GTA 5. Imagine handing them the reins to Crackdown. Imagine bringing Saints Row back to its roots and having that shit on Game Pass and letting that pop over there. You have to
And
realize
then-
if they're going to push a
and then
Netflix type
Felicity's-
service, they're going to have to do Netflix type things. They're going to have to purchase content. They're going to have to purchase shows like Netflix do, and they're going to have to bolster their lineup. You
Thank
can't
you,
rely on
JT
the shit you
Science.
have because you're not popping in all areas.
No, and what my understanding is, people say like this stuff as if it's a guarantee. It's just like Matt just asked me a question. How do you know Metro Exodus is a great game? I don't, because I haven't played it. How you know that Microsoft buying them would have did great
Well,
games?
damn, we could say, how do we know Super
Wait,
Lucky's Tale is a
that's-
great game?
I
You
thought-
know
I
that
thought
they
Metro was
don't
multiplayer.
play
I
it.
think I believe at this point, and first of all, y'all don't know how long that deal was on the table. That deal could have started, or those negotiations could have started when Phil wasn't even in a position to do anything to purchase them. So stop jumping the gun.
No, post up, no.
Oh.
All these deals with these billion-dollar companies and these licenses that are getting
All right.
handed over through different governments all happen overnight. You didn't know that?
Listen. Let me say this. Let me say.
It was 150 million.
Listen. Let me say this.
That's a lot. That is a true statement.
Let me say this right here, right? Because I don't know what's going on with these two brothers here. I thought they were friends of mine. Fucking Maslin and Post. I don't know these motherfuckers right here, right?
Exactly.
Let me say this right.
You're liking this with
No,
the
no. Hey, Post,
It's
listen.
not it wasn't guaranteed.
Post, I love
They
you.
did purchase the 15 IPs.
Post,
that
I
y'all
love you.
wanna see those 15
Hey, Post,
IPs.
I love
They
you.
got 15 IPs.
Post, I
right
love
now.
you, man.
Probably that rare.
Bro, they could have had Dead Island. You could have replaced Dead Rising, that dog
Bro,
shit series. Look at
Thank
that.
you.
Vancouver
Thank you.
is
Hold on.
stepping back on that.
Question. What did Microsoft do with Rare? How many Rare IPs that we got sitting right now? How many IPs that Microsoft got in their catalogs right now that hasn't been remade or put out since they
Bro,
purchased
you're
Rare?
comparing Rare? Really?
Yeah,
Who cares about Banjo Kazooie,
no,
man?
that's not the point.
Potential.
He's
That's not the
Metro
point.
has potential.
How many dead IPs Microsoft has right now
Microsoft got
to
dead
them buying
IPs.
15 more dead IPs for 150 million?
Yeah, that's not
Because,
worth it.
hold on, those dead IPs are single player games. Like, they had a bunch of multiplayer co-op type games that
Dead
they could have
IPs
used.
are dead fucking
Microsoft's
IPs.
known for that shit.
All right, well,
Okay,
And they
Wait,
know,
man, imagine getting Dead
we're gonna-
Island on Game Pass.
and
They
they
do
know-
Dead Island.
and they
Real
know
quick.
for sitting on
Real quick.
IPs too.
Real quick, hold
So
on.
we ain't
real
even
quick,
got the
hold on.
IPs that we want. We wanted
I'm gonna-
Banjo Kazooie. We wanted we
All right.
wanted another. What's the Conquer Dead or Alive?
I'm gonna go after.
Okay, so I get all that. But what I'm trying to understand.
Let Moss go. Let Moss go.
I
Go ahead,
just
man.
want
Go
to
ahead,
put out
man.
the
Go ahead, man.
franchises they would have. So you want them to make another Airline Tycoon and Alien Nations and All Star Cheer Squad and Aquanox and the Black Mirror? Have you heard any of this shit? I'm just asking because this is the shit that they would have got from the Koch Media deal. I'm asking anybody on this panel.
Oh well, yeah.
That's what I'm
Well, okay. Let me answer. I'm gonna answer your question.
Emergency.
Let me answer your
or-
question. Let me.
or-
Okay.
Talk to him, man.
Let me.
I'm just
Let.
asking, like,
Oh,
it's a bunch of bullshit.
Hey, nigga.
There's good games in here. There's Dead Island.
nigga.
Yeah, you
Allow.
can get up.
Let me answer your question. Right.
Which got surpassed by what's up?
Let me answer your question, right? Because you're really proving our point. Both of you, by you even saying that the fact that everything you just named is better than fucking Zoo Tycoon.
Really? 'Cause you never heard of any of that
Listen, Zoo Tycoon.
shit. So Airline
fucking
Tycoon
Lucky
is better
T-
than Zoo Tycoon?
Fucking listen, bro. Listen, the fact. Here's the thing.
Just focusing on
No.
All-Star Cheer Squad is better than Zoo Tycoon?
Listen, let me say this right, real shit, right?
I'm just
Listen,
asking, my
look,
nigga.
I'm about to. Let me answer your question. Let me answer your question.
Cheerleaders in 4K, bro.
Wait, let me answer your question. Real talk, right? Let me answer your question, right? The fact of the matter, right, that maybe I'm not saying that all those titles that they named are world beaters, right? That they got bought up, right? But what we had this year, and the fact that they're investing again in fucking Super Lucky Tales 2, my nigga, is what we're saying. You're misfucking. Listen, let's
I
what?
don't know if that's a sequel or an expansion.
Bruh.
Wait.
Hey, but listen, bro. They're making a fucking record too. Come on,
Well, you know, I
I
say
read the tweet of
But I'm bugging.
nigga. They're making a record too. Post.
They never
They're
specified
making
what
a
you would get.
record. Nigga to me.
Post,
Listen.
post, I want to say this.
Good.
They're listen.
They never specified if you was
Bruh,
getting a sequel
but
or an expansion.
listen to me.
All they said was,
you
would you
getting
be
something
lucky?
here?
They're making a record
Microsoft
too.
has Game Pass. They are gonna need to put games
That's
Game
what I'm
Pass
saying.
for it to be worth it. Now, for it to be going into Game Pass, I can understand them making that because they'll make it Pass.
He gets it.
Now, as a standalone game, if we didn't have Game Pass, then I would say no, it doesn't make sense. But Game Pass is gonna need to have content.
Not
Not
looking at the
everything-
whole
not-
deal,
let me ask you a
bro.
question.
Hold on a second. Not everything that we have in Netflix is a AAA title. Some of it is filler, and it
Thank you.
appeals to some people. So you're gonna need to have a steady stream of games going into that service, and it makes sense for the existing
but-
IPs that they have to
okay.
crank.
So here's my question.
Because
So
they'll see
basically,
some of
you
that
want
money back.
them to spend
No.
150 million for Saints Row, Dead Island, and Metro.
I wouldn't.
Yes. That's a fucking good buyout.
Hell yeah.
I wouldn't spend the money on it. I really wouldn't.
Here's
I
my
wouldn't.
question. Here's my question. So you'd rather them spend $150 million buying a bunch of dead IP that they haven't made games for, other than like there's not gonna be another Saints Row game.
It is.
They moved on to what the hell is the name of that game?
Actually,
Agents of Mayhem.
As I said,
They
you could
moved
have
on to that
handed
series.
the reins to Crackdown to this dev team, or they couldn't
they
make you brought
handed
back
on
Saints Row.
Why would you hand the reins to?
Because it's made by
Crackdown?
second-party devs to begin with.
It's made by the person who made the original Crackdown.
Who? What's
Yeah.
The person who made the original Crackdown is the one making Crackdown 3.
What's
Why
the
would you not hand the reins
Oh,
to
yo,
him?
listen.
One dude
That doesn't
with
make
a bunch
any
of
fucking
second-party
sense.
devs.
and that person worked
That
on the
doesn't make any
original
sense. He made
Wait.
that fucking game. Why
He
would you
worked on
give
the
him the
original
game?
Hey,
That's
listen.
dumb. Why would you
Listen.
hand it to new
Okay,
people?
what first-party studio is making
Anyway.
Crackdown?
Not
None.
one. Oh, right,
None.
exactly.
I agree.
That's what you don't get.
Okay, so we go with Dambuster, Fish Labs, and Volition. Those are the 3 studios they would have got.
Metro. Looks
no,
good.
Metro is not owned by them.
They
Metro
got-
is a publishing deal.
Yeah, but they have the publishing rights
Metro is a
to
publishing
the Metro games.
Yeah.
It's a
That's a
publishing
big
studio
deal in that
creates-
equation, bro.
4A Studio creates Metro, but THQ Nordic brought the licenses and they own the publishing rights.
So you would get
to
those
that
games
franchise.
exclusive regardless.
Yeah, but I just want listen. Here's the thing, and I don't see where you guys, how you guys can be. The fact that
No,
I
finish my question.
okay,
Let
what's
me
your question? All right,
So you spend $151 million,
which is
on
dropping
that,
about they spend it in
or-
taxes, dropping about.
or you spend $151 million on licenses for good games now.
Yeah.
But here's
you get good proven games.
Right, which
Honestly,
one do
I
you do?
think Metro's gonna do okay. But I
Metro.
don't think it's gonna be that huge blockbuster
But listen,
titles.
but here's the thing.
It's not.
Listen,
Hold
listen.
on, what would you spend 150 million on? Tell me.
Maybe on maybe I don't know. I
Like,
would,
what
I would buy
what
the
game right
Crytek-
now would you
I would
spend
buy the
150
Crytek
million?
engine.
Tag me in.
'Cause
Me.
I like the
I'm talking Z.
Yeah,
I'm
I
Oh,
mean,
talking Z.
I'm
I
watching.
would
Listen,
spend
we make
money
it
on
seem
the
like that
Crytek.
$150 million is a super gangbusters.
That's what I'm saying.
You can drop $150 million on creation and marketing of one title.
yeah.
It's not a whole bunch of waffles, a bunch of money.
This is my
I don't know what
point.
the fuck you guys
They
talking about.
spending this $150 million on what? Because all that's going to happen.
Listen.
say they
You
spend
keep
this
listing
150
what the fuck
no,
they spend it on.
Listen to what I'm saying. They spend $150 million on this shit, right? And then in 3 months, we're asking, where are these fucking games?
No, here's the
And
thing.
in 6 months, they still don't come out.
No.
with
They bought. Listen.
Go ahead, Z. Go ahead, Z.
Tag me in.
Outsourcing.
Listen. Let me tag.
Hold on, we've been holding Z back.
Listen.
They was outsourcing everything. They only had 3 studios.
I
and
understand.
some
I
of the
understand that.
studios was 8.
But listen, what we're saying here,
So
right?
It was outsourcing more than
I
everybody.
get that, but you niggas here, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Even listen, those games, if they did the deal, where they bought those games automatically, guess what? Would have went to Game Pass. Just off the rap, just off the fucking rip, right? You got Dead Island, which was where they invested in that game. Came out to be a pretty good game with Lays and it's a cult classic. It's better. Those games, I'm gonna be honest, and I don't give a fuck about what do you call it? Saints Row and all that shit there. But it's still filler to go into that service, right? It is what it is, right? But what I'm trying to say at least is the fact that they're spending money and $150 million. So we talking about Microsoft, so dropping the fucking that's a fucking tax write-off, right? They're spending money to even give you DLC of fucking Lucky Tales, and they're investing in a fucking record to. Well, as an Xbox guy, that's what I'm talking about. They're not in touch with their audience. Now, Exodus is something more by alley. You know what I mean? That you know, you can take a game like Exodus with the whole Microsoft machine behind them, the marketing, and take it to the next level. That can be I'm gonna say this again, right? During Halo 1, right? I'm sorry. Then during the first, the sixth generation, Microsoft gave us Halo, right? That was the big IP for Microsoft. And then during this, the 360 era, we got Gears of War, right? We have yet to get that next big game from Microsoft exclusive wise. Sony has done it. Whether you like what's that, Horizon Zero Dawn or not, it was big for their exclusive wise. Nintendo has done it. You don't give a fuck about it. What was the new game that came out then? What's the goddamn spray paint goddamn game? What do you call it? Yeah, they have done it, right? That's what I'm talking about. They catered to their goddamn fans. What did Xbox goddamn fans get? We got fucking Phantom Dust with their original assets. Listen,
that was stupid. That was stupid.
That's all that I'm saying. But all I'm saying is, even though that's what I'm saying. Let me say this last thing.
They tried to give you Quantum Break, and
I bought Quantum Break. I understand, but listen,
I agree. But you saying they didn't give you shit. They didn't give you shit that people played. That's a different.
He talking about this year though. He talking about this year. We understand there was a whole power narrative.
Didn't come out this year.
But here's the thing, I like Quantum Break, but I'm just saying you do have a service now, right? A Netflix type service, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing. That right there alone, just for those IPs to be in it for how you said filler in that service would have been a fucking. Because maybe you may not like Microsoft goddamn exclusives. I don't want fucking Sea of Thieves. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't give a fuck about Sea of Thieves, but guess what? Maybe I can get motherfucking what's that, Saint Row, Dying Light, and all that shit there. Metro.
Okay, man. So Saints Row and the Metro series, both of those are already in Game Pass. So
talk about the new one. Talk about the new one that's coming out.
Saints Row,
day one and Game Pass.
And
then
we're talking about
new one after that.
And see, here's what we're forgetting in the cross argument. Okay, I understand 4A games wasn't part of the deal at first, but if they work with Microsoft and they make Metro the new light or last light or whatever it's going to be, and they make and that sells gangbusters, that's going to lead to a relationship later down the line to where Microsoft might buy 4A and they can work the miracles that Nets was talking about. You know
they already have that relationship because Microsoft is doing the what do you call it? The advertisement.
Yeah, there's a difference between a marketing deal and a publishing deal.
This is absolutely. Forever. Every time something comes across the table where somebody has purchased or brought something, everybody is always going to look at Microsoft and say, "Whitefield didn't do it."
I get that.
But the
I'm
difference
talking about Metro. We got to be honest. We got to be honest. We do not see the game collection that brought us to Microsoft, to Xbox, to OG, and the 360.
It's a good goddamn show.
We're not seeing that now. And we had an opportunity, regardless of all the other deals, Metro and some of this other stuff, that would make the Game Pass service a little bit more honest, and Metro's more like an Xbox game. Screw the other deals. This is an opportunity that I think they really should have took advantage of, opposed to, like Z said, invest in anything at goddamn Diamond Croissant and Super Lucky's Tale. Hell no.
Yeah,
it don't make any sense.
I don't know their return on investment for Super Lucky Tales. Like,
fuck the money.
I don't know the return on investment for Super Lucky Tales.
Well,
I don't know. I bought it. My kids play that shit.
All right, well, Paul, it's not about the money. Hey, Mass, it's not about the money, but we're talking about what I'm saying.
About the money to Microsoft.
Okay, listen. Okay, and listen. And again, I've also said this, that when it comes to micromanaging the dollar, that's Microsoft, or they're over. Like, you know what I mean? But again, we talking about. I am a fan. I'm a gamer, right? And I'm talking about your core, and them forgetting what their core is. Games like, again, Super Lucky Tail, Recore, that's not your core. You don't have that market. That's not what made us Xbox guys. We are the shooter racer box. You know, over the top, bang, shoot. That's not us.
They give you the shooters and the racers that you want. The same exact fucking
ones.
I
said we need a new one.
Right. That's the problem as well. Like, they created their own problem by making themselves the shooter racer box.
But that's
by making themselves the shooter racer box. They give you the shooters and racers that they made that you love.
I'm not saying
shooters and racers.
No, I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying literally. I'm just saying figure. What I'm just saying is that you're not in touch in touch with your core. Look, even I done told you, even you, D and Master, you guys are PC guys. The fact they went on this whole tangent for 2.5 years about Play Anywhere, your core does not give a fuck about Windows 10 and fucking Play Anywhere. We don't.
For the core, that's not for the core, Z. That's to attract some PC gamers.
You motherfuckers don't buy games.
Z.
That's not catered to your own.
Z. The
Catered
copies,
to.
no,
Oh
Z.
my
The
God.
copies of Forza,
Oh,
the copies of Gears, these copies that they sold on PC,
oh my God.
they weren't gonna sell them on Xbox. These are extra copies.
Bro, listen.
Bro,
listen.
the Gears
What?
did not help at all.
Listen.
Like they barely made money
Well,
on that, but Forza maybe.
Hey, listen, I just say one thing. Could we get the biggest knife in the drawer?
Know that.
Can we listen? Can we at least get the biggest knife in the drawer
Man, if
and
you
cut the
gonna-
bullshit out? What I'm saying, buddy.
if motherfuckers gonna say something, make sure it's factual.
Listen, what I'm saying is,
Everything Neithel says is factual.
hey,
Hit
look,
that
look,
like button.
hey, yo, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm
Hit that
saying.
damn like button.
Okay, and don't take everything I'm saying. I say literally here. All right, you know what I mean? Did somebody really get swallowed by a goddamn whale for 3 goddamn days? You know what I mean? Don't take it literally. You know what I mean? Listen to what I'm saying here, right?
Oh, don't eat another Bible page.
I'm not. I'm gonna try my damnedest not to, right? For $2 in the super chat, I will though. Listen, right?
Oh my God! Look at there.
I want to say this. We're talking about when they lost their identity, right? I give you my
Can
man.
you hear me?
Who the hell is that screaming? Is Megan?
It's K Mega.
Oh, okay, Mega. You can go. Hey, Mega. You can go. Mega, I want to get your thoughts because you was one of the ones that was out there pacifying this shit. But
I was trying to get on through the computer, but some wild shit was going, so I was like, "Fuck it, let me do it through my phone."
Okay, check it out. I'm gonna say this one thing, and Mega, you can chime in after this, right? What I'm saying about your core of what made you that put you where you are. You know, taking back to my man, the white dude with the bald head, Jay Allard, right? When they said they lost their identity in their core, that what made you hot. Now give Sony and again give Nintendo credit that they take care of and they cultivate their core. You know what I mean? The games, even the games, whether I'm not talking about sales numbers, forget it, because the internet money is our money. The fact again that they went and made a Knack 2 and Gravity Rush 2 and all that shit, you know what I mean? And this, you know, the little tanky wanky those games. Sony fans love that shit. They eat it up. Whether the Dick Demons, cool. But the fact that they spent 2.5 years, right? And it's crazy. I had my right hand to God. I had this goddamn conversation with Phil, but I'm lying, I'm flying, right? That Windows Play Anywhere shit, and again, you know, and they harped on this, you know, when you play anywhere, this, that, and the other. And they went on this whole campaign. Even when they do the E3 and you see the Windows 10, it's not just the Xbox E3, Windows and like, come on. Again, your core, even the casual, don't give a fuck about any of that. Go back to what made you hot and concentrate on us. All of the extra shit, it can be filler, but that should not be your prime fucking focus and matter. It shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
How is that their prime focus, though? Is what I'm asking.
Are you serious?
Like, yeah, what does it take to make an Xbox game Windows 10 compatible?
Okay, here's the thing, right? I gave you an example. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example, okay? The fact that I just gave you E3, right? E3, little thing, huge, right? The fact, even Gamescom is huge, right? You ready? The fact that they had a better showing in a rollout for a fucking PC exclusive than you did for your own goddamn console. They did a better showing of goddamn what that goddamn game? Civilization. What's the goddamn game? Age of Empire than you did for your fucking $500 goddamn console.
Here's the problem with Play Anywhere. Microsoft has to be cognizant that because of the console install base, third-party developers are not going to do as well as they are, of course, on the PlayStation, right? So when you take away that value and then start having people do the Play Anywhere where they don't have to buy your console to play your games.
A better version of your game. A better version of your goddamn game on another goddamn platform. Listen to that shit right there.
Into a situation where the Microsoft might be making money, but the multi-plat developers only selling 1 million, 1.5 million on your game, where on the competitor they're selling 3 to 4 million. That has an impact on your console.
Marty Moss, is Game Pass on PC? I don't even know. Is it on PC?
It's not going to change anything. That's
I don't know.
If you have a
PlayStation outselling Xbox 2-1, you put them shits on PC, that's not going to change that Xbox is still being outsold.
Right, that's what I was going to say. That would that adds
have a gaming Game Pass
incentive.
to play anywhere title. It's actually available on your PC.
Well, yeah, but that adds more incentive to because there are a lot more PC gamers out there than there are PlayStation 4 gamers, and so if you look at it from a perspective of having the best of both worlds, the problem is not Play Anywhere. The problem is with the Windows Store. Once they can fix the Windows Store,
okay, Mega.
Windows Store is a trash sandwich.
Mega, right? That's,
People want to purchase those titles, but they rather them be on Steam. Than
okay, listen.
Hold on, I just want to say this real quick, Z.
Huh?
PC, like let's just be honest here.
Where?
PC, some PC guys, yeah, they might want the odd game, might be enticed.
Nigga, do tell.
But the majority of PC guys, they're not gonna fucking downgrade to get an Xbox.
Okay,
so if that game is available on their platform,
listen.
Some of them are likely to get it, and these are
some likely
most likely would not have got anyways if the game was. Just
let me say this again. Maybe you let me understand it again. I don't want to hate to question anyone's integrity here, right? The fact of the matter that I can buy for a fraction of the price, or whatever the case may be, your exclusive, an Xbox exclusive, a better version of that goddamn game on another platform.
With your players.
A better version of your own goddamn game on another platform. Okay? What I'm saying again, it's like this. Sony, I'm gonna say one thing. Uncharted 4, right? Whether you love it or hate it or not, right? You imagine Sony letting you, because again, this is a kind of dig at their core, at their fan base, playing a better version of motherfucking Uncharted 4 on PC than it is on the goddamn platform. Like, you understand that Microsoft is Windows, but you're still in the business to sell fucking hardware. Fuck the Windows shit. Get back to, listen, not even just me, even Shameless Blackley, and I had a conversation with the dude, right? They had this conversation back in fucking 2000 with Bill Gates.
Yeah, but you got to look at it from this standpoint.
With two different customers.
Okay, yes, but Play Anywhere is not a play. Well, I can't understand why you keep saying that
Play does not affect the console.
It does affect the console player.
No matter what.
Wait.
I got a quick question.
And look, and hold on, wait. The Z, look, guys.
I just got a question. Real quick, I'll let you go. You got a $12,000 PC.
Sure do, nigga.
How many of these motherfucking games that play better on PC have you played on PC?
All right, well, here's again. You know why? I'm about to get you. I'm about to answer your question. You ready for this? You ready? You ready for this? You know why? I went to play Gears of War 4 and kill it, and guess what? Them bitches crashed from the goddamn desk front. I don't want to deal with that. I ain't lying. What? What are you talking about? I'm on it right now. What the fuck are you talking about?
You only turn it on to do these.
I went. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen. You listen. Listen to me. Listen. I bet. Wait. Check it out. Right. We can make a little bet right now that I can show you that I got Gears of War and Killing Instinct installed on my PC right goddamn now.
How many hours you got on it?
The bitch crashed from the goddamn desktop. And listen to me. Even that proves my fucking point. What you agree with? Wait. No. Listen.
Share your screen.
Listen to me. Right?
They should crash right now.
Listen to me. Right? That proves my point. Would you consider me an Xbox guy? Would you consider me a diehard Xbox guy?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know these days, but yeah, I'll say yeah.
Okay. The fact of the matter, and again, I have a capable PC, right? What's that shit you got making that GTX 2.5, 2
Hey, why you clowning my shit?
No, whatever.
I can play Gears on this bitch.
Exactly, right? All right. Exactly, right?
Shit.
All right. So the fact of the matter, again, that I don't give a fuck about any of that right there. That's what I'm saying. You guys are proving my point. The fact that, again, there were really advertising and hyping, I'm understanding whatever 6 copies that they sold, because I believe it did more harm than good. And I told the same shit to Phil. You did more harm than goddamn good, right? Again, because you do kind of lessen the value of your product, which is the console, which no one, because again, you take a game like Quantum Break or whatever the fuck the case, it was a console seller. You had some guys I know here in the community that was going to buy a goddamn Xbox just for goddamn Quantum Break, but do I have to buy your console? I can get a better version of your same goddamn game on my platform. Let me say this one last thing.
Or even Cuphead. There was a lot of people that were heavily anticipating Cuphead. And I bet, not a gazillion, but a lot of people would have bought an Xbox.
But I'm gonna say this again.
That's what I gotta say here. But honestly, tell you, to Microsoft, to be honest with you, they don't give a shit, because on the console part, they make very little on the console. They make more on the software. So
they're absolutely right, Dean. They just
want to sell as many games as they can.
I'm not negating that.
They're not gonna close themselves out to the millions of PC.
Millions of motherfuckers didn't buy it. No one bought this shit.
Cuphead sold on the fucking PC. What
Bro,
are you
what-
talking
Sure
about?
did.
It's sold on
Yeah,
Steam and
listen.
it's sold in the Windows Store. You're
Listen.
full of
Yes, he
shit.
did.
It's
Let me
sold.
say-
That's the point. That's the point.
Listen. Oh.
Let me say-
First of all,
And if it was
Cuphead
just on
Cuphead
Xbox,
is not a
it would've
mic.
been less
Listen,
people because-
listen,
let me
listen
hold on a
to.
second. PC
Oh
is
my
very
God.
far ahead of the fucking console.
I get all
A
that.
lot
I
of
don't
guys are not
care.
going to downgrade themselves for a certain
Oh,
game.
you're still missing my point.
Some of them will,
You're
but
missing
most
my
of them
point.
won't.
First of all, Cuphead, Microsoft doesn't own that studio. They don't even own the goddamn. They did a deal with them, okay? That game was coming out on PC before it was coming to the goddamn console. Well, we're talking about games like Gears.
Microsoft doesn't own Super Lucky Tales.
I'm talking about games like. Listen, I'm talking about games like. I'm talking about games like. Listen, I'm talking about Gears. Wait, hold on. Listen, I'm talking. Let me say because he said something Lucky Tales. No. I want you to go next because he said that something lucky. I mean, what's it called? Cuphead is so better. I get it, but that was coming to PC anyway. I'm talking about games like console games like Gears, Forza, and Halo. You know what I mean? Shit like that. I'm not. You know what I mean? That game was already coming to Steam. Super lucky, goddamn tell. Microsoft did a deal to keep it off the PlayStation. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the meat and the goddamn potatoes. That's what I'm saying. You know, and
Okay.
Go make it.
Okay, so let me
No,
make this
let
point.
Make it go. He's a guest. Let me go. Go make it.
All right. This is the thing that I was going to make. The reason why Gears didn't do very well is because they didn't do their due diligence by understanding about the whole difference between AMD and NVIDIA. And when some games where Gears was playing really well on AMD, on NVIDIA, those motherfuckers was crashing. And so when you had some of those PC guys that were anticipated, they were getting PC people excited about it. Once they started telling them that the shit was crashing, then it turned into a backlash. And then and then everybody started going after them about the Windows Store and how that was trash and then the whole
Windows Store is still trash. I'm gonna say that.
I can say
well,
this.
it is trash, but
As much as I don't want
bring it up,
Halo
I'm
to
saying.
go to the PC, because I think maybe that title it might skew a few console sales, not too many, a little bit. But if Halo 6 goes to the PC, I guarantee you that's going to be one of the top selling games ever on PC.
absolutely. Well,
These
just look
guys
at
have been waiting forever for fucking.
well, just look at what you call it going on. What was that? The Forge. People are still fucking with Forge heavily on the PC right now. Some of the best maps that we get on Halo 5 is from PC dudes making those maps on Forge for the PC. Y'all didn't know that, did you?
You know what? Hold on. I kind of want to.
Wait, hold on, man. I don't know, man. It's like
Okay, hold on. I want to actually take this whole PC thing. Okay, MM2K. Well, what is the combo in gaming right now? Do they say Xbox and PC, or do they say PS4 and PC?
PS4 and PC.
Mm-hmm.
And why is that, guys?
Because they can't get their exclusives on the PC.
Yep.
Thank you. That answers my question.
Okay,
if that was the case,
really suspect a lot.
let's say that's the case.
They let you go.
They're still not buying those
Somebody go,
games.
hey man, somebody go get Nettles, man. Nettles is some like wild pig
He's
that play
preaching.
bull that don't have a
So,
leash.
So
Go
I got a question.
pitch your
I
mans,
got a
man.
question.
I'll be trying to
Since
Dude talking wild.
Since that's the truth, and it's PC, PS4 is the combo, right? Why aren't the games being bought on PC then? Why aren't all the Xbox games being bought on PC? You wanna know why?
Say it again.
Because the
Say
motherfuckers
it again.
lying about having PCs.
Let me say it again.
That is a good question.
Say what?
Because if the combo is PC and PS4,
Yeah, what's the within the
you
community?
get all the Xbox games on PC.
Yes.
So all those people should be buying the games on PC, correct?
They don't buy games.
They should be, but they
They
can't
don't buy
get
the
those
fucking
PS4
games.
games on.
They
buying the games.
They
on
but
PC
why?
Because they don't have fucking PCs.
Listen,
to
I'm talking about. Listen,
No, Matt. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
And the one thing
You can buy all your multiplats on PC. You can buy all the Xbox exclusives on PC.
Exactly. That's
But
my
you
point.
can't buy those PS4 games on PC. So that's why they have.
Hold on. No. Notion was prior to Microsoft making this. When Microsoft made this announcement, everybody said Xbox exclusives is dead now that they're on PC. People was just going to buy them on PC. Now people are saying PS4 and the PC combo is the thing. What he's saying
what does Turp have?
No, it's not. I mean, look. There's a thing like that. There's a lot. There's a lot of PS4 games
selling on
that
PC.
goes on the PC. Like, okay, Nier Automata sold really well on the PC. Matter of fact, it sold more on the PC than it did than the PS4 fans paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Like Hellblade. It's very sad that Hellblade didn't sell on the PS4 because most of those sales came from the PC. I bought Hellblade on the PC.
But those was PC players, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
right,
that's what I'm saying. Right, that's what I'm saying. So like there's like Dragon's Quest and Neo and there's a lot of games on the fucking.
I'm talking about first part. Yeah, I'm talking about the meat and the potato.
The only thing that like PlayStation Now is you can play it on PC, and I mean you can play Uncharted, the old Uncharted and shit like that, and they'll keep adding games. But that I don't really care about that. But the thing of the matter is that look. Everybody except for maybe Nintendo is going to eventually start moving to this. You see, PlayStation third-party games are already doing it with Street Fighter and shit like that because they want to get as many of these games out there to as many customers as they can because these games cost so much damn money. The bigger, the better the game, the more money it costs, and the more users that it wants.
Okay.
That's why
it's this simple.
Yeah.
Would you rather sell to 35 million
But
or
listen,
to 150 million?
okay,
people?
listen. Okay,
Simple.
no, it's not that simple because
no.
Why it's not that simple? Listen,
From a business point, it is.
Listen to me.
No,
No,
why
why?
make an
Okay, listen. You know why it's not that
That's your
simple?
argument.
Listen, you know what? I'm about to.
Because not everybody can afford a high-powered PC.
You don't need a high
Everybody
power.
wants a PC.
Okay, listen. Not,
console guys.
And
That's why.
all right,
and
listen.
and that's why the X is in a great position because
All right.
the X is actually stronger than a lot of people's PCs.
All right, check it out.
And it's more affordable because it's just like what D and other people's been saying about the cost of PC parts.
Guess what? I'm about to fuck both of y'all up. You know why? Okay, you said why sell to 35 million people, not gonna sell to 150 million people, right? Check it out, right? Real shit, right? You said men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Ubisoft put out a survey, some numbers. They say 99.9% of their goddamn games are pirated. Is only built by 1% pieces, guys. So again,
not on Steam. Not on Steam.
99%.
The Microsoft Store games are not getting pirated.
Why?
Right.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
They're not getting pirated.
They didn't. No. Listen.
Because they can't pirate the games.
Okay. Guess what? Guess what?
There's an angle.
No.
Angle if you want to try to. There is.
It's
one
not even an
angle.
angle. I'm about to
If you want to try to get games, certain games
Listen to me.
go on the Mac.
No.
But if you talking about Windows,
Yes.
you got a Windows PC
Listen
and
to
trying
me.
to get other games
listen.
to pirate on
You're right.
Windows, it ain't gonna work.
Let me tell you-
Who's gonna try to pirate
no.
Halo when they can't go online with the?
I didn't say. Who said Halo?
Right, 'cause
No.
once
First
they
of
get
all,
caught,
listen.
that shit is shut down.
Listen. You ready for this? Again, right? Because we're gonna get the biggest knife in the drawer. We can play close to show. We can put the baby to bed with this one, right?
The biggest knife
I don't
in the
care.
jar.
Listen, listen,
Cut up the bullshit,
listen
that's
to
what
me.
I'm talking about.
Listen.
Microsoft.
Listen.
Those are
No.
Ubisoft stats.
Okay, here you ready for this?
You about to get the biggest
That
knife
was
in the jar.
that was one of my. Let me tell you something, Dean.
About to come out next
Okay,
month.
no, because I used to use that as part of my damage control when I was taking up for this whole Windows thing. Well, Microsoft has this new thing that you can't bootleg their goddamn games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna put this guy on a very formidable YouTube guy here. I know some people that know some people, right? I'm not gonna put his name out there, right? But he traps out there. We call it when you bootlegging your games, we call it trapping out the bando, right? When you downloaded a pirate copy of Quantum Break, you know what happened? They give you for this because they developed you get an eye patch, okay? So all that you couldn't download the goddamn games illegally, them Xbox, you could and you
Is
can.
that an online game? Is that an online game?
Here's the deal.
Again.
In PC gamers, y'all should know this.
What?
When you get a pirated version of a multiplayer game,
They got their own service.
they have third-party software
Thank
that
you.
connects all the pirated versions together.
Thank you. Like,
So,
come on, man.
They got it for border. They got it for
I want to give
everything.
you the facts. Microsoft games are very rarely pirated.
Oh my God, not really.
That's just the fact.
I just proved you wrong, right?
That's-
I just
it's
fucking
like
proved you
Gears-
wrong.
Is Gears pirated?
No.
Yeah.
Is Gears
But
pirated?
I just proved
Gears
you
pirated?
wrong.
Is
I'm
not-
Horizon
I'm
pirated?
not
I-
Is Sea of
going
Thieves pirated?
I just
I'm not
proved you
going because
wrong.
we can't promote pirated
pirated?
games on here. I'm going to send you the program, D.
Real quick,
Dude,
Quantum Break
I
is
haven't seen any of those games in those little forums and shit that those
Quantum Break is
motherfuckers
on
have.
Steam, though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So look, yeah.
I
no,
play.
it
Hey
does
D.
happen.
Hey D. I play. Listen to me.
Microsoft titles.
Listen to me, D.
very
I
small
play Gears.
compared to other companies.
Listen,
That is a fact.
I play Gears, right? All right. And since I've been playing Gears, I rent maybe once every I see someone on playing on PC. All right, it's fact. Okay, so even the fact that them putting it up there didn't sell the goddamn game. It didn't. It didn't take off for them. Okay, because I played fucking Gears. And
there's reasons why it didn't sell though. That I just explained one
But
reason.
see, it doesn't matter if they only sold 2,000 more copies. It's still 2,000.
But
more
you're
copies.
lessening. Okay,
more
listen to
money,
me. Listen to me. Okay, fuck their money. You're still lessening. We talk about you're in the business of sell consoles. My question is them. They were focusing to what I was saying was they spent.
They're in the business of selling software.
I understand that.
They're in the
Both
business of
listen to me.
software.
Check it out, right? Real talk. Both Microsoft, Sony, maybe Nintendo's the odd one. They don't take a hit on the hardware tip. They sell their shit at a profit from the rip, right? Well, this is what I'm saying, right? It's the fact that just right, the more software, it's always been the more consoles you have out there, the more software you would sell, right? You get, what I mean, more third party, more everything, right? We understand that. But I'm saying, what I was saying, the fact going back to your core, that they were touting this like this was the must-have win feature. They're playing in your average console, your consumer. They don't give a fuck about. They could have been doing some other. What I'm saying is that what you're advertising, what you're hyping to get all hype on, your core doesn't, and your cats don't give a fuck about fucking play anywhere. This is what I'm saying. And
you play anywhere.
Oh, okay. Hey, I don't want to do this. But because you made that messy ass video earlier, Z.
Listen. Wait. For the record, I listen. They was gonna kill my mother. Who was gonna kill?
Okay,
Look at him.
Hold on. B Shadows just hit me up right now, and this is the proof right now. He just hit me up. We know what it's about, man. Well, no. He just hit me up right now, and he says, "I love." He says, "I love how all they think you told me anything.
Okay.
You didn't tell me anything. I found out because he was leaving comments about me on 1316's videos. That's how I found out. Either way,
I know you ain't do that. Hey, Meg, I know you did.
Guys, I never done anything wrong." He said, "I never did anything wrong."
Hey, Meg, I know you. Meg, I know you.
I never did anything wrong to. I would do anything foul. That he would do something that foul to me and continue to bad man.
Hey, yo,
that's the quote.
Meg, I said you real do. I like how you handle your business. I know you ain't do that shit. But let me tell you something, Meg. We done talked about other shit behind the scenes and things that I've been told you never came back out. So it was just, I guess, a cheek and tongue. This one, but somebody else recorded. They told me I had 2 weeks to put it out, or they was gonna kill my mother. You know, my mother's already.
You came to me and told me and asked me to put that shit out because
I listen. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. I didn't put all the. That's a lot of shit I left out. I told you it's more than that.
The same person with the knife in the jar is the same person.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man.
I told you.
So
I sent you the email.
You messy as fuck for that, Z.
Hey, listen.
Anyway, let's go. Let's get back to the top.
Hey, listen. Okay, but here's the link, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about right here. Check it out, man.
You promote that, man. You a damn fool for that.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. He said, "Nigga."
Hey, man.
Hey man, somebody was saying, I read somebody in the comments saying he sound like OG Loke or some shit like that.
That's it. But when you go back and though, what's funny is we didn't had a bunch of funny fights behind the scenes when the shows that we did. You and fucking D to my D.
Me and D,
yeah, but it's all love. At the end of the day, man, it's all shits again.
No, I got some new material for D if he gonna talk some more shit. That picture of him with them dreads, slinging them around on Twitter.
What picture of
glamour shots? Heck, year, man. What was you?
That glamour shots, boy. He was looking glamorous, wasn't he?
This mug was trying out for Blade 4 or something. What's going on?
I know. I was like, damn, look at this motherfucker here. Anyway, that was great.
Hey,
but just one my last point for talking about this whole PC thing. I think that you and other people, y'all still too caught up into the old guard. Times is changing. Gaming is evolving to a whole nother plateau.
I dig that.
And then you know what I'm saying, for the one thing that I have to disagree with Nettles for, even though he's, I respect his opinion, but the thing is where about the THQ shit, there's none of those games except for Metro. And the Metro, well, no, I take that back. The only franchise that I think that could have actually been profitable would have been the Darkstalker series. Metro wouldn't have been profitable. You know what I'm saying? Look what's called is $10 right now on the PlayStation and on the Xbox right now. Age of Mayhem or Agents of Mayhem. Look, Saints Row is not the same as it used to be with 1 and 2. GTA is now totally surpassed it. It's like you're comparing live to NBA 2K. It's just not the same anymore. So, you know what I'm saying? And they don't have, and THQ don't have wrestling anymore, even though it would have been better if wrestling still was on THQ. But I'm happy for the requirement. Xbox just needs to go another direction. Plus, you know what I'm saying? It's just something that was somebody said. I don't know who said it, but they said, if you're going to spend $150 on $150 million on this game, I'm picking up all these
15
franchises,
15 IPs.
and then all these games do mediocre sales.
But the
then
service
that was a fail. Yeah, that's a fail. But now if you put them to the service, that could
they will go on service.
That's the point I was trying to get to.
They will go.
I get you. I get you, Mega. But here's the thing,
Those
man.
games are in the service already.
A bunch of 360 games.
Yeah, but exclusive.
And we only just talking about the certain games that we know about right now.
Exodus for Xbox One, they're in, or not Exodus, Metro Last Light, and the collection. Both of those.
All right, but
are in.
Yeah, but that's not a new game.
Exodus is a whole nother kit.
Exodus would have been new. Yes,
Yeah,
Exodus would have been new.
Right.
Dying Light.
But those people still.
Yeah.
That game is going to get attention because it's really pretty. But the game is not going to sell. It's not going to do no more than 3 million at max.
But listen, but it's 100. Listen, but what I'm saying, I mean, we can close the show. I want to say one thing. I normally don't address people in the fucking comment section. First of all, Sosa, thank you for joining the show. But take the sticker. These are fucking jokes. Ain't no fucking drama. Calm the fuck down. This is fucking. He told me something. I don't know. This channel turns over, but ain't no fucking drama. We're just joking.
No, I ain't got no beef with nobody.
Yeah, it's a fucking joke.
I stay in my lane.
You know
what I'm saying? I just do my channel and do my
ain't no
GRG
fucking
shit.
drama.
I show me a game and
we all
BGST,
argue. We all disagree. We listen. We all.
No, I said on multiple occasions this show D ain't shit. That's still my nigga.
Yeah, like, ain't no fucking drama.
Yeah, I don't have no problems with nobody, man.
Yeah, like, we ain't bugging the fuck out. We just having fucking fun. I mean, you know, everybody know me. I got a sense of goddamn.
Hey, Torrance, you talking filthy over there. Halo Wars 2 for the win, baby. That was a great game, man. Regardless of what you talk about.
It was a great game that went to the dumpster sale.
Well, I bet you they'll make a third one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I can't wait to play it and beat the story and continue to praise it.
What game was this?
It was a fantastic.
Okay, but we can close up. But I was saying, Mega, you know, and listen, even the 150 million. First of all, that's nothing. He's probably spent $60 million marketing the game, but it does bolster just even the service of Game Pass or whatever's new. Metro looks pretty good from what we saw at E3 last year. You know what I mean? Now that's exclusive, something that Microsoft can invest in and put the power and brunt behind it, right? But what I'm saying is the fact that, you know, the 150 million, I don't know what's it going to cost them to make. The fact that they're going to double back and go back to Recore and Super Lucky Tale. That's what I'm saying.
That's just what we heard right now. I mean, we're getting Ori and the Blind Forest 2. We know that there's going to be a Perfect Dark, regardless of what we haven't heard. We know that Joanna Dark is coming back. You know, Gears, Forza, Halo's coming. Ashen. There's just a ton of little smaller games that they showed that's definitely coming in. That's going to fill in the space, and there's going to be big titles that they're going to come because it's just like what Phil Spencer said, or Killer Phil said in that interview, is like, we hear that we have no games. We hear that we're not committed. We hear this, and they all hear this. They know it. So if they come to E3 and don't bring shit to the table, then everybody that has been supporting them is going to turn their back. Everybody.
Yeah. I don't think so.
I'm the biggest Xbox fan I think around, and I have nothing to say after that. If they don't produce by showing something, they don't have to come this year. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to come next year.
But Mega, hey Mega, but you know what? I said that. You remember that? I know when I said that. This was talking about when again, it is like remember crapping the guy. No, well, at least they don't do like Sony and show games. There's nothing wrong with getting people excited. It's not the problem with the games being delayed. It's the cancellation of games being delayed, or cancellation, and not replacing it with something else.
Scalebound hurt them.
Okay.
I don't think, you know what I'm saying? I think they actually didn't understand the power of social media when it comes to the haters of Microsoft, because they made that Scalebound thing like it was the end of the world for Microsoft.
It was a big deal.
And half of those PlayStation fans or Xbox haters was not going to buy that fucking game.
Well, listen, here's the thing.
That's true.
Here's the thing. True. It's not the fact that so much delayed, but you cancel it and didn't replace it with anything. Okay. Games get delayed.
Games don't. Man, you can't fucking make a game overnight, bro. Not a good one anyway.
They can't listen what they did.
And be trash, and motherfuckers will still
look what they did.
Listen,
you gotta
and just one saying that they're great fucking games, and we know better. They don't buy
I
it.
still
Hey,
want to know what the hell happened to Fable Legends.
Listen. That's what look, you gotta realize this, Mega. It wasn't just it was a bunch of shit because it was the cancellation of Fable, firing fucking Lion, letting them loose. Then you cancel goddamn
Fuck
game.
Lionhead. Peter Molyneux has been a dick.
He's
and a
been
thorn in
gone.
Microsoft's
Wait, he's
side.
been gone. Mega, he ain't been there in years.
Lionhead still look.
you know
They took the good people.
For Xbox, man.
The
You
good
about to do
people
a hit on
from
Peter Molyneux, man.
Man, look, no. Peter Molyneux is a dick. That's why the new game that he was trying to make, even the PC community didn't even fucking want his shit because he tried to come out like he's God because he's made Fable and he's made a couple of great other games like Black and White, etc. But when he tried to come with this whole new narrative and shit and try to make it seem like he could do no wrong and his shit failed, he blamed the gamers, and that's what
exactly what happened to Fable Legends. You know what happened to Fable Legends? PUBG. PUBG happened to Fable Legends. The shift from hero shooters and those 4v1 type things.
I'm gonna take it one step further.
Shifted towards.
I'm gonna take it one step further. Listen,
that's what happened to
we can close. Listen, we can close the show with we gonna end this one here on a true story, right? Right? Because I know some people, right? What happened to Fable Legends, right? And that's when and people said, you know, what's crazy as hell, right? When people said, well, that's why I hate when people get to talk counting Microsoft and Sony's money. Well, you know, what was it, Lionhead? Well, what they've done? They've been, you know, they've been losing money and this, that, and the other. And I asked the same question. If you're looking at who's been more productive, to my game wise, all Rare has done for Microsoft was fucking connect fucking sports and avatars. You know, grab by the ghoulies and all that shit was dog shit. Let's be clear, right? So if you can compare their body of work between between Lionhead and fucking Rare for Microsoft. I'm not talking about this shit. It's not even fucking close, but that's neither here or there, right? What happened with Rare, and that's what I'm talking about. What people was trying to blame, what's the goddamn people, Lionhead. People act like Phil was the goddamn Jen. It was Phil had Shannon's job. Phil took the idea that motherfucking Donnie D cut the check. The goddamn game got greenlighted, right? You got, and this is real shit. You taking a studio who's never really done an online, the way they were trying to do massive PC type game, right? The game that had you, like how you say, they called it. Listen, this exec told me, you know, this game is gonna be big for the whales. I didn't know what the fuck a whale was. Whales. It's when they keep buying and spinning into the goddamn game, right? And they added, and the way those games are set up is that it's like a racer. When you play it, you get to a certain checkpoint, and you receive more funds and more money to go to keep going. But they had to stop what they were doing, the actual production of the game, to add this whole multiplayer aspect, which they didn't want to goddamn do. They didn't want anything to do with the PC shit. They said because of cheating and all other shit, right? And they never really done a game like that, right? This is real shit, right? God, but right in the God, right? So, and tell you how tacky that whole situation was, right? Everything, again, they wanted to stop what they was doing, work on the whole Windows, this was the whole Windows 10, they wanted to connect the goddamn to them to work, you know, together. Xbox guys play with the PC guys, cool. And that was a huge obstacle for them from what I heard, right? And it was kind of time, it's something they didn't really have any experience in doing, all right? They were already somebody that spent so much money in investing in the game, and when they were saying they needed Microsoft, where they say, hey, get it done the best way you have. These motherfuckers found out that they lost their goddamn jobs on Twitter. You know what I mean? On fucking Twitter. Like, we talking, again, I'm just being, listen, I know a few people over there. I'm not saying, you know, we the best of goddamn friends, but we talking about $1 trillion goddamn company. That's not the way that you conduct business.
I don't disagree, but that also shows, but hold on, that also shows the transition of power. That also shows that the fact that Microsoft and Lionhead Studios did not get along. They kept bumping head, or I should say Xbox. They kept bumping heads. They never could get things done on time or on a basis of where they wanted to be done, and they're really prompt on that shit. That's already been established.
But look at
okay, hold on. Another problem though with Fable Legends was this. Okay, I think it's both Microsoft, Xbox,
I'm telling you what was told to me.
Also Lionhead.
I'm saying what was told to me.
Because Xbox they made two bad decisions. They made the bad decision on trying to promote Chief on Halo 5 instead of trying to make Halo 5 an origin story for Locke or try to do they wanted to try to push Chief, and that's why you got so many backlash on that. Then with Fable Legends, instead of making it like a side, like this is something for you Fable fans to enjoy until we come out with a Fable game. They didn't do that. They just came out with this Fable game, and they didn't promote it in a way of to the fans of like, because fans was, even I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
It wasn't Fable.
I don't want this. I want the regular Fable. You know what I'm saying? It's instead of them addressing it as, look, this is something that we're going to provide for people that want to play it online or want a different type of experience with Fable. That would have been a hell of a lot more better, and I think it would have sold to the fan base a lot better by giving the notion that they still could be, they're still going to bring a regular Fable to the table. That was bad on all parts.
It wasn't even the fact of them getting itself to the consumer, because those that played, I liked the whole that controlling the whole bad guy. That's not, I don't know, but that's like that the Evolve game. Like that was dog shit. But when the actual combat of the game, you played the bigger, fuck, I control, it was awesome. It was pretty.
Yeah, the game was beautiful. The
combat was nice. But again, the way that
Fable Legends was tight, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean. The combat was nice.
cool.
But it's like if you're, it's not even so much the debt. It's like if you were doing this. Hey, okay, Meg, I'm gonna pay you $2 million to draw me 5 million blue lines, right? They're not coming to you a month before the project is done. Now I want you to connect this over here with Windows 10, you know what I mean? And the thing about this time frame too, you remember the whole shit, they were having a lot of problem with it, that certain API. Remember the whole Halo Master Chief Collection, that debacle? It was a lot of issues, because you realize the Xbox that we got now wasn't the one that we fucking was supposed to get back then. You know what I mean?
No, we were supposed to get the S.
Yeah,
the
no,
S was supposed
I'm talking about the service, the always online. So we got a bare minimum kernel. Like, you know what I mean? They had to really start from scratch with it.
Right,
So I'm saying, so you had a company that was used to making console games, and you know, you understand what I'm saying? And the way that they went on the fly to open up, now you got to talk to every Windows 10 PC. It was something new. Listen, I'm not making no excuses. This is what was told to me by one of them guys over there. You know what I mean? Something that we never did before. And he said, "Way these games are set up." And Melly, they maybe took the credit. You know, this is again Fable. This is like Microsoft was known for Fable, Gears, Halo, and fucking Forza. You know what I mean? Maybe they got a little prima donna over there. You know what I mean? But again, they never done a game like that before. You know what I mean? And going back to what we said, the original thing about it's not so much about them games being delayed, because the game was pushed back a few times. It's about the cancellation and not replacing it with anything. All major games get the goddamn delays. Whether it's Uncharted was delayed, Horizon was delayed. Games get that's just the nature of the business, but it's the cancellation. And I remember, you know, Crap No Guys was giving me shit about it. I said Microsoft had to come out and talk about the games that they have coming out in the future to get their fan base excited, to get them talking about that one goddamn game. We didn't have a release. I'll give you an example. We can show them before we get on here with this. When Sony had their E3 2016, they came out and showed God of War, Spider-Man, all that shit. We didn't have no goddamn dates, but it was for the fact that we know that it's coming and it got us talking about them. You know what I mean? That's what Microsoft.
But Z, you know, Scalebound got them shook. Scalebound had their ass shook, because when they announced it, they were not thinking that they were going to get the backlash like they got. They were not thinking that, you know what I'm saying?
I just told you why.
I have supported the fact. And anybody with any right mind
that's
a business person
would they cancel before then,
same decision that Phil Spencer did. Cut y'all's asses off.
No,
as we see that look, there's another fucking platinum game that's coming out that looks dope as hell and looks similar.
But listen,
it's from a different story, but it looks kind of similar than fucking
look at the time frame. Look at the time frame, Mega. You're missing the time frame. You just canceled Fable. And a few months later, you come out and cancel another AAA multiplayer.
I know, but
back to back.
The messaging was all over the place, because you have to look at the fact that the management of everything was going all over. Look, you got a new CEO, you got new shit going on, you got new people moving in positions, you got other people moving in positions that they haven't been before, while they're talking bad about my girl Sharon Loftus and about this person and that person. What? Look. This is the thing. Everything is back in order now. Phil's got his position. We got the booty guy. That's the booty guy. I forget his first name.
Okay.
Jason, something like that.
Matt B, man. Don't
Matt B. He's in the position now. Everybody's moved into their rightful spot.
Okay.
Now the thing of it is that now we can see what they're trying to do. The X is here. Now the game's just gonna come. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
Okay, but listen, we can speak with this one. At the end of the day,
Fable was a mistake.
Listen, but again, here's the thing. And again,
the Scalebound thing hurt him.
Okay, but Fable came first. It's like one, and again, this is something that where it was. It's like that was the equivalent of Sony canceling goddamn Uncharted 4 or Horizon for them. That was a big blow to us. You know what I mean? And we didn't.
Was a big blow.
And again, and we didn't get. Here's the thing: we didn't get anything to replace those games. Still, so but I say that to say this, right? When I was saying that again, and we don't get wrong. We all come up put on the character, and we all fanboys. You like what you like. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But when I say you got to be honest, motherfuckers was arguing about me about Microsoft showing what they have. See, the problem with Microsoft's E3, and I've been saying this real shit. I'm on the record today. Do you know what you're going to see up ahead of time before? You know you're going to get the Gears. We know going to get.
We didn't know all about all 42 of those damn games.
I still don't know about the 42 games. I still don't know. You know what I mean? I still don't know anything about those games. We don't talk about as far as
we know that those games are coming out this year. You got Cold Vein. You got Black
But
Desert.
we're talking about the big dogs. Gears. I'm talking about big dog shit, right?
Well, yeah, no, we don't know about the big dogs yet. But look, if they we can end this shit on this one because we've had this argument a million times.
But it's not even an argument. It's true.
You know what I'm saying? And now I got even Xbox dudes coming to me and saying, or supposedly Xbox dudes saying to me, well, it's getting old hearing about wait till E3. Look, motherfucker, I ain't said nothing about E3 until the beginning until after the fucking last year, after last year's E3.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's when I started talking about wait till this E3 because if they don't, then you can start thinking
Cold Vein is a multi-plat though. But Cold Vein is a multi-plat. Cold Vein is a multi-plat. But I just want to listen.
I know Cold Vein is a multi-plat, but not Black Desert isn't.
Okay, but look at this, right? Maybe you understand. But the fact that when we went into E3 2016, we saw a God of War from them, No Days Gone, Spider-Man. Something strictly from left field that we wasn't expecting again. What I'm saying
ain't gonna be
whatever. Okay, it doesn't make a difference. But we know this is coming.
I know what you're saying.
But the fact that what I'm saying is
PlayStation has had the better marketing, had the better strategy, had the better.
And this is Microsoft. What this is their third. This is their third.
Xbox staff this generation.
Okay,
nobody can deny that.
Okay,
they've been very smart and strategic on how they did. And you know why they're so strategic with what they did? Because they took the 360 marketing team from fucking Microsoft. So that's perfect.
But we also gotta listen. We gotta realize this. So this is not Microsoft's first time at the rodeo here. This is their third generation here. Okay, either you're gonna box or throw rocks. Okay, that's all that I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is that they gotta come out. And I'm just saying, and we're gonna close the show. Not to keep repeating the same thing. When I was saying that they have to show something other, you know what I mean? What they're working on to get their fan society. No, they don't need to do like what? That's not the issue with them showing games that come out. The issue was cancellation of the game. That's all I want to say. But Mega, thank you for coming out. We got to do this more often, Mega.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, man.
What's your job? What's your job at? What's your job at, man? What's your job at? I ain't no snitch, bitch. I ain't no snitch, bitch.
I'm gonna get my ass out of here, man. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah. Oh, listen. Oh, this Saturday, Broadband Bullies versus what? What's your name? Your goddamn the who?
Intro Media Gaming, motherfucker. And you know
what?
Check it out.
Who what?
Listen, we could do it like this. I don't mind playing Gears, but yeah, we could do Ghost Recon because I haven't played.
I was saying Ghost Recon because I can't beat this in Gears, but but I was saying Ghost Recon something we don't really play. Mass plays Ghost Recon. He gonna lead the squad.
What I was gonna say is that look, you can step into my arena with Halo. I can step into your arena with Gears.
We can do Halo.
It doesn't matter to me.
We can do both.
You know what I'm saying?
We can do both.
You can play me. You can play me in 2K. You can play me in Madden because I'll whip your ass in Madden.
Okay.
But you know what? Where you ain't gonna beat me at? You ain't gonna beat me in no Tekken. You ain't gonna beat me in Injustice 2.
Okay. I didn't whoop that ass in Injustice 2 already. I got the tapes. You forgot about that, right?
No, you did. You ain't.
What? You serious?
You ain't beat me in no. Man, you've been running from me. You've been running from me.
All right, but I'm just saying.
You beat me in Mortal Kombat. You got me in Mortal Kombat.
That's it. All right, but I'm gonna say this right here, right? Because I was trying to doing it for the culture, right? So you're gonna have 5 players? Because you roll with a lot of females, man. So you got 5 players for the PvP and Ghost Recon.
Man, I can't help because what I'm saying, the ladies like me, bro.
I can dig it, but you got 5. Just to be sure, you got 5 players for Ghost Recon PvP, right? For Saturday.
I will get 5 players, yes. If you know what I'm saying, even if I got to go to the gaming community to help me out, I'll be with. We will have our 5.
Okay, and what time we doing this?
We could do it when I can start streaming GRG night 10 o'clock. We could do it 10 o'clock. Will be 9 o'clock your time.
So we're gonna do it Friday or Saturday? What day?
Saturday, because I gotta work.
All right, so we're gonna do it Saturday. What time? 8:30. What time we doing it Saturday?
9 o'clock your time. It'll be 10 o'clock my time.
Okay, 9 o'clock Saturday. So listen, we'll have another league. League, but we do the things, the bullies. So we're gonna be versing the GRG.
I can't wait to put. I can't wait. It's gonna be the shirts against the blouses. And we wear the shirts. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna beat them broads.
You're right. We got y'all bitches blouses. You right about that, man. We out here, man. Listen, thank you for rocking out with us on the show. We had a great time tonight, man. This was right.
All right, man. Good shit.
Yeah, it's going to go down as one of the legendary episodes. Also, want to say thank you, K Mega, for joining us up. And also, guys, this Saturday it's going to go down the Smash podcast. Where we talk about comic stuff. Because this guy MM2K thinks Black Panther's a shitty movie. So we're gonna have
that movie was fucking awesome.
This Saturday.
Who said that? Who said that?
MM2K right under you. MM2K is under you.
Right, man.
Listen, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Y'all, man.
Ejecto C. Cub, get his ass out of here. Never bring him back.
Hey, listen, if you guys enjoyed if you enjoyed the show tonight, you had a great time. Like I said, man, hit the like button. It really helps the platform. And shout out to Show Shady with his stuck up ass. Ain't no goddamn drama. Sit your corny ass down somewhere. I'm just fucking with you, bro. Thank you for rocking out with us. We out here, man.